I think we might actually have some positivity to talk about today.
We do!
Welcome to From Center Ice. My name is Courtney.
I'm Jacqueline.
I guess we could start with COVID Corner.
COVID Corner, let's go.
COVID Corner. So I said last week that none of the Blackhawks were on the protocol list.
You did say that.
It remains that way.
Yes.
But Ryan Carpenter was asked about his quarantine life.
Yes.
And this tweet is from Ben Pope, and it says, Ryan Carpenter on COVID. The quarantine experience was boring, but I got to spend some time with my wife and my two boys. I had some just minor symptoms, so really thankful for that too. And when I read that, my first reaction was probably the biggest eye roll I've ever had in my life.
Why?
This dude saying quarantine was boring? What does he think we've all been doing for the past year?
They don't live in the real world.
No. And this is why they keep ending up on the protocol list.
Uh-huh. Because they're not quarantining like they should be. So,
second part made me happy that he had minor symptoms.
Oh, for sure. We don't wish bad symptoms on anyone.
No. But he just had to include that quarantine was boring?
What have you been doing, my dude?
Right. Right. That was my question.
That's how you end up on the quarantine list, on the COVID list, on the protocol list.
One of those things.
All of the above.
So I just had to add that one in because I had a huge eye roll. And when you don't quarantine or follow the NHL's rules, you end up like the Washington Capitals a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
How they had the Russian players all hanging out together and all on the COVID list. So I found an article written by Russian Machine Never Breaks, the wonderful site that covers the Caps.
Of course.
And Kuznetsov had some things to say about COVID.
All right.
The headline says, Evgeny Kuznetsov on his difficult bout with COVID-19. I almost cried happy tears when I realized I can walk and breathe again.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I will read this. Evgeny Kuznetsov conducted a Russian language interview with Sport 24's Alina Grebenkova.
Sure.
While the Capitals were in Pittsburgh earlier this week. During the chat, Kuznetsov gave extensive insight into events that led to the team's four Russians being placed on the COVID-19 unavailability list and the Capitals being fined $100,000 by the NHL.
Wait, who got fined?
The team. The Caps. I feel like I didn't read that part.
By who?
The league.
The league can sue their own teams?
Well, they didn't sue them. They just charged them a fine.
For what?
For their players not following the rules.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
You got to keep your boys in line, I guess. Unfortunately, I cannot explain everything, Kuznetsov said, as translated by Russian Machine Never Breaks Igor Kleiner. It was supposed to remain in our kitchen, but spilled over. I'm not really sure what that means.
No.
I am not holding a grudge against anybody. During the Capitals' first road trip of the season in Buffalo, Kuznetsov, along with Ilya Samsonov, Alex Ovechkin, and Dmitry Orlov, broke NHL protocol by hanging out in a hotel room together maskless. We were at fault. We watched TV in the same room, no alcohol or anything like that, Kuznetsov said.
Wasn't he the one that got caught with the cocaine on the table in front of him?
He was.
But, okay.
That was him.
Okay. All right.
So, take that as you wish. We watched the UFC and played video games. Soon after, the situation became serious when Ilya Samsonov tested positive for COVID-19. While the NHL did contact tracing to see who else might have been exposed, the league learned the Russians hung out together in their hotel room.
Damn Russians.
I know, right?
Okay.
It's really funny how anybody who talks about this is like the Russian players.
The Russian ones.
And I mean, they are, but
you don't have to point that out in every...
It's just how they clump them together. The Russians on the team.
There's plenty of Russians in the league.
Yes.
It's hockey.
Yeah. On January 20th, the NHL responded by fining the Capitals as a team $100,000 and placing all four Russians on the COVID-19 unavailability list. Unfortunately, Sammy was the first to get sick, Kuznetsov said. Personally, I was mostly upset for him and not about the fine or the punishment. He has had a rather difficult year and now coronavirus on top of everything. I wasn't worried about myself, no big deal, but I was very upset for him. The Capitals responded by distancing themselves from the team's 4-star players. Our training staff has worked extremely hard to create a safe environment for our players and staff to be able to compete this season, the Capitals wrote. We are disappointed by our players' choice to interact in their hotel room and outside of the team-approved areas. We accept the NHL's decision and once again will reiterate the COVID-19 protocols in place to make sure the players are in full compliance moving forward. That's their decision, Kuznetsov said, of the team's reaction to the incident. I cannot object. I am just an employee. So you can say I support the punishment that was handed to us. I repeat, it was our fault, but it's in the past now. We have to think about the future. That's why I am alone in my room now, and Sammy is in the minors, so no need to worry. Alex Ovechkin and Dmitry Orlov, who had antibodies, did not contract coronavirus, but Kuznetsov eventually started showing symptoms days later. Ovechkin and Orlov returned to the Caps after 10 days in quarantine, but Kuznetsov and Samsonov struggled through the disease for the next several weeks until returning to the practice 19 days later. During interviews with Capitals media, Kuznetsov said, "I'm just happy I'm alive today," while Samsonov revealed he had trouble breathing and walking.
Yeesh.
I know. I just want to say there was a moment when I woke up and almost cried happy tears when I realized I can walk and breathe, Kuznetsov said. There were some moments, difficult. Everything happens for the first time. You never know what to expect next. The way this disease goes, one day you're fine, the next day it's bad. Only those who got sick with symptoms will understand what I'm talking about. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. During Kuznetsov's first game back against the Penguins on February 14th, he scored, but he revealed there were times he was struggling with his conditioning still. And then the article just goes on to say that he struggled through the game and didn't realize how tired he was.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, maybe you should listen to the rules.
Yeah. So, like, for the team-approved areas, what does that consist of?
I think it's, like, the locker room, eating areas,
okay,
things like that.
That makes sense, because you don't wear a mask when you eat.
Yeah.
But I've never really understood that, like, on a safety level, because, like, you're still breathing and...
Right. Yes.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
No, and I don't know how it would... how else they would do it.
COVID knows when you're eating.
Clearly.
And it doesn't spread.
It says, oh, can't do it now.
No, stay in the body.
Stay away.
In.
They're chewing. They're chewing.
Yeah. And all of that came from just, one little hangout in their hotel room.
Hangout.
So I guess the NHL protocols can seem ridiculous at times.
But then, like, where did it come from?
That's a good question. I don't know who they were playing. Well, I guess they were in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And we know that there were a ton of Buffalo players who were out on protocol.
Right.
So maybe it was around the same time.
I suppose.
So maybe it came from the Sabres who blamed the Devils. So maybe it's on the Devils' fault.
See, this is why the season should have been canceled.
Yeah. And now more teams, I know the season started with some teams allowing fans, but now more teams are allowing fans, Columbus being one of them, and the New Jersey Devils being the other, I believe, starting March 1st.
I don't understand.
No.
I don't understand at all. I mean, is it just like a percentage of...
Yeah, they're not going to fill the stadium.
But
it's like...
still.
I want to say for Columbus, it was just shy of 2,000 people will be allowed in. And I don't know the number for the Devils.
I just feel like that's a bad idea.
You really trust hockey fans?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
So we'll see how that goes. I guess it's going fine enough in the places that are doing it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be allowed to.
I guess.
I don't really know. But this is how we're never getting out of this.
Uh-huh.
If people would just
Everybody's trying to rush going back to quote-unquote normal.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're fucking everything up for everyone.
Yeah.
And this is just an endless cycle.
And if hockey players who are at peak physical condition can struggle like that.
To not be able to walk and breathe? Yeah.
how do you think the average person is going to deal?
Die. That's the point.
Yep.
That people are dying.
Almost 500,000 of them. Or have we hit that marker
We
yet?
hit 500,000. What was it?
500.
Yeah, 500,000. I think yesterday was
Oh.
when I saw the notification.
Okay. So yeah, there's that.
Yep.
So you should probably just stick with that boring life, according to Mr. Ryan Carpenter.
Yes.
And watch the games on TV.
It's not that hard.
Nope.
Sucks, but it's not that hard.
Yeah. I mean, you do it for most of the season anyway. How many games do you really go to? So that's all for COVID Corner.
All right, moving on. What's next?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Mike Babcock was hired as a coach.
I saw that.
I put all the bad stuff up top so we can
so
move
it's just going to
past
get
it.
better and better as we go?
Yeah.
All right, I like that.
Mm-hmm. He was hired by the University of Saskatchewan.
Okay.
Yep.
How do they think that's going to go? You think he's changed?
Well, he went on that whole redemption tour on NBC and said it wasn't his fault.
Okay, if you're saying it's not your fault, you're not accepting responsibility and you're not...
Yeah, he did say he screwed Marner over, but then kind of backtracked on that in the next breath.
Yeah.
And said that some of the stuff that came out wasn't exactly true. So, but then we just move past everything he did to his other former players,
That's what I'm
which was
saying.
a lot worse than what happened with Marner.
Yes.
So,
I don't... meh. Was somebody as bad of a reputation as that is hired for a major sports team?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's just college. But
apparently they're one of the best colleges in Canada.
Okay.
Or just in that Providence.
I just really hope he treats his players right and doesn't revert back to old habits, because that's shitty and you shouldn't have been hired in the first place.
I know if I was running a team full of young kids, the first person I would hire to coach them is Mike Babcock.
I don't think so.
Nope. I don't know. On one hand, I am extremely happy that he's not going to be on NBC any longer. That was my first reaction when I saw this news. I was like, oh, thank God. We're done. But then I realized that meant he was coaching young players again.
Yep.
And I was upset about it all over again.
Yeah, it's just kind of, these cycles we keep talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's another one of those.
And then it made me wonder, did he want to get back into coaching this whole time and was just like testing out the market in broadcasting or still looking for a different job? Or was NBC like, what did we do? And saw a ton of backlash and were like, you gotta go. And then this was the first job opening that he found. What do you think?
I don't think they would have looked past everything.
And then realized they messed up?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
I feel like they can't do that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
It's all right.
But
I mean, it would be pretty boneheaded to make that decision to hire him. Be like, well, we know everything that happened.
Exactly.
But it should be fine. Nobody's going to care.
Fine this time.
Yeah. Nobody's going to be upset that we hired him.
He's Mike Babcock.
Yeah. He's one of the best coaches. He coached Team Canada, which I feel like a toddler could coach Team Canada and win a gold medal.
Right.
Team Canada.
Yeah, says enough there.
And then he hasn't won a cup since 2009 or 2008. Which one was Detroit?
I don't know.
2008. Penguins were 2009. I know they played each other in back-to-back finals. I can never remember which was which. I think Detroit was 2008. So either way, he hasn't won a cup since then.
Right.
And he's still considered one of the best coaches. So,
all right. How's Q doing down there in Florida?
Great. Florida is just fucking killing it, and I don't understand.
No.
We'll get to the NHL standings a little later.
Yeah.
But after the last season that they had,
Yeah.
where they were battling for a playoff spot, but like they were far out.
Right.
I don't know.
I was just making a connection with great
I
coaches.
I get it. These two are usually connected.
Yeah. Who else is a top-notch coach in the NHL?
Barry Trotz
Fair.
for the Islanders.
Fair.
You could make the argument for Jared Bednar in Colorado.
Okay.
Not one of the well-known names in coaching, but I mean, the Avalanche.
Yeah.
And then you got Gerard Gallant, who is still unemployed somehow.
Maybe he'll go to Seattle.
That would be interesting, seeing as he went to Vegas as the expansion
Do it
team.
all over again. Do it again. Do it again.
Right? Maybe they're like, well, if we do that, we will recreate what they did
Exactly.
and go to the cup final in our first season.
What if the first season that they played, they ended up Vegas against Seattle?
That would be wild. I'm pretty sure they're going to be in the same conference since they're both out west, so they can't. But if it could happen, that would be fun.
Speaking of shit, what were we just talking about?
Coaches?
We were talking about coaches.
Yep.
We were talking about
Seattle and Vegas.
Okay. The reverse retro jerseys. How do you do that for Vegas?
They just added red.
They don't have.
They're not
history.
very retro. Yeah.
They're not old enough to have history.
They aren't. So that was kind of funny when they did release one.
I think I saw that they used some lower team in the chain.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
They added those colors, but it was just funny to hear
Reverse retro for
it's
Vegas.
been like 4 years.
Yeah. It's still kind of mind-blowing how long they've been around when it seems like it just happened.
It sure does.
But they started playing in the 17-18 season?
Yes.
Yes. So, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't wait till Seattle comes into the team. I just want to see how it goes.
Very excited for that.
Me too.
It was trade deadline a year ago today.
Was it?
It was.
Oh, that's when we sent Leonard to the Golden Knights.
It is. Did you
After
not check
first
your time
sending
hop
him
today?
to Toronto. No, I haven't checked it yet.
Oh, yeah. Leonard got traded to fucking Maple Leafs and then to
Vegas,
yeah.
And we got Malcolm Subban.
Yeah, and like a third round.
And Slava Demin.
Yep.
Demin.
Where's he at?
I'm pretty sure he's playing in college.
Okay.
I think he's at Denver University or Colorado College. One of the two.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up.
What other crazy things happened on the trade deadline?
Last year?
Yeah, I know it was a mess.
University of Denver.
Oh, you were right. Good job.
I just remember that because he played with Ian Mitchell.
Ah.
Let's see. I'm going to open my timeout now.
Ooh. Here we go. We were very upset.
Were we?
It was an upset day, yes. We were yelling about a lot of things.
I mean, what else is new?
I want to go back and listen to the podcast we did right after the trade deadline.
There were two of them, weren't we? Wasn't that when we did a two-parter?
It's possible.
I know we did it at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe it was free agency.
One or the other.
I feel like it was the trade deadline. I could be wrong. Colorado. Yep.
Colorado.
I combined Ottawa and Colorado because those were the two teams in the trade. The Colorado trade was Nemesnikov for a 4th-round pick. Edmonton got Andreas Athanasiou from Detroit.
Okay.
That was a thing that happened. And now he's with the Kings. I don't know why Edmonton didn't keep him. That kind of seemed like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Another speedy guy to play next to McDavid and Draisaitl.
Why would you turn that down?
Right. But they did.
Okay.
Chicago sent Gustafsson to the Flames.
Right.
That was the best day in Chicago sports history.
Getting rid of Eric Gustafsson?
Yes.
Oh, Gus.
Yes.
Oh, Gus. We don't have a Gus this year, do we?
Like somebody with that name?
No, like somebody that the play dies every time they touch the stick. The puck, not the stick. They're always touching the stick.
Calvin Dahan?
You think so? You were so excited when we got him.
Yeah, he's been real bad this year.
Okay.
I think I stopped retweeting most of the trades once the rumor of Leonard to Vegas happened because I was just so concerned about who we were going to get back. And you would think trading a goaltender who has been very good for your team all season, you would get a really quality prospect back. And so I was thinking about some of the good guys on the Chicago Wolves and things of that sort. I don't think I could have played through any sort of trade situation in my brain and come up with Robin Leonard for Malcolm Subban and Slava Demin. Ever. I don't think that would have never come to my mind.
Well, all we got for Gus was conditional pick.
That's fine. I would have sent him away for nothing.
Yeah.
When is the trade deadline this year?
I don't know. I was
Is it in
wondering that
April?
this morning.
The trade deadline for the 2020-21 NHL season is scheduled for April 12th.
Okay.
So we have a little bit of time to worry about that.
A little bit.
While we're on the topic of the trade deadline, what do you think the Blackhawks should do this year?
Oh, Jesus.
Should they be a seller? Should they be a buyer? Should they not do anything?
Ooh. I would. My first instinct is to say seller,
Okay.
but I don't know who and where and what I want back. What do you think?
If they remain in this position, which they are currently in a playoff spot,
Yes.
then it becomes a lot more difficult.
Exactly.
Then you want to say acquire somebody to help you in that playoff run. But what would you be trading to acquire that help?
Calvin Dahan.
I don't think that would get it done. I would be for it. I don't think that would get it done. And then you have to think about which position would you put a new player in.
Right.
I don't think I would acquire a forward.
No.
Unless it's a depth role. But we have plenty of those.
Right. We don't need goalies.
We don't need goalies. It never helps to pick up another goaltender, I guess. A backup.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the goalie market would look like. It would probably be fairly cheap since they're just sending goalies all over the place on the waiver wire anyway. You could probably pick up a better goalie on waivers than having to trade an asset to get one.
Right.
So I guess the only place I would slot in a new player would be on defense, but we have so many young defenders, you want them to get the experience of the playoffs. So if they're in a playoff position, I would trade maybe one of the veteran guys to pick up some sort of asset, whether that be a draft pick or a prospect.
Right.
An obvious one would be Calvin Dahan, since I just said he sucks this year, but I don't know that anybody's going to want to acquire him.
Right.
He still has a year left on his deal, I believe. Then we have Ryan Carpenter,
Right.
but that's a guy you could use in the playoffs. You could go with Highmore. He has the coach's trust.
Yeah.
As a depth player. But if you could get a better depth defenseman just straight up, Highmore for a depth defenseman, that could be possible. I don't know. This roster as constructed is just so intriguing that I'm not sure how much I would be willing to shake it up.
Right.
Especially since you have to not have any hope that they're winning the cup this year.
No.
So it's not like you'd go out and acquire a top line talent.
Right.
I wouldn't advise that you do that, at least.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I would maybe do a minor league deal
Okay.
So send, I don't even know, somebody from Rockford to another team to pick up some more assets to play for the IceHogs. Maybe that's Cody Franzen, since he's a veteran. Maybe an NHL team would think he's valuable for a playoff run as a depth guy.
Yeah. I don't know. You just got me thinking about the Hogs now. I know we'll get to it.
We're almost there.
No, I'm not in any rush. It just, that's where my head is right now.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing I would really do. If the Blackhawks aren't in the playoff picture at all, then you sell off the veterans.
Right.
That you don't need. Obviously, that's not a Duncan Keith or a Patrick Kane or anybody of those guys.
Please no.
But your lower level depth guys, maybe that is a Ryan Carpenter for a team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because he could be valuable to them.
Could be.
Or if you can convince somebody to take Dahan's contract.
How much is he making?
Let's hit up the good old Cap Friendly.
It's the best.
It really is.
What would we do without Cap Friendly?
I
Sounds like
would-
an ad, but we're not getting paid for anything.
Nope. Certainly wouldn't sound like I know as much. He is making $4.55
Oh, wow.
this year and next.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
That's an expensive rental, especially seeing as it's not really a rental, as he has an extra year left.
Uh-huh.
So we'd probably have to take back some money. And we currently have 0 projected cap space.
Oh, where is it all going?
That's a very good question. We have $4 million on... No, that's wrong.
Just kidding.
On injured reserve, we have $14 million just chilling
Woo!
down there.
Right, because we got Siebes, we got... Is Taves considered an injury?
Oh, on long-term injured reserve, we have $12 million. On just injured reserve, we have 14. So those guys still count against the cap, I want to say.
Okay.
It's LTIR that doesn't.
Right.
So we're still seeing Seabrook's contract counting towards our cap right now.
Uh-huh.
I believe that's accurate.
He's not on long term?
Nope.
I feel like he should be.
I mean, probably.
I don't know the rules entailing that, though.
I don't know. That's an intriguing thing to think about, the trade deadline. But we've got a big old ramp up to it since it's in April. So we'll have a better idea of where the
We've
Blackhawks
got like
are
a
sitting.
month and a half, so
You know,
it's fine.
yeah. In other coaching news,
Oh, here we go.
that all started with Mike Babcock.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Montreal Canadiens fired their coach today.
Did they?
They did. They fired Claude Julien.
Okay.
Yep.
Why? Does he suck? Do they suck?
They went into the season with high expectations,
Okay.
and they started off the season really hot. They were right up there with Toronto for one of
Okay.
the best teams in the North.
Uh-huh.
They've played 18 games so far. They're
Okay.
9... No, that can't be right. Yeah, that's right. All right. I was looking at their record. I was like, there's no way that adds up to 18. I just can't do math. They're 9-5-4 for 22 points. They're 4th in their division. So they're
Okay.
in a playoff spot.
Uh-huh.
They're just in the last playoff spot.
Right.
I'm not sure that you can a coach with that record,
I wouldn't.
but I guess you don't want it to spiral too out of control.
Right. What are they in like their last 5 games?
Let's see. I feel like I had the standings pulled up, and now I don't. But there they are. In their last 10,
Okay.
they are 4-4-2.
Okay.
So it's not great.
I don't know. It's average-ish.
It's not terrible. You pick up 10 points out of a possible 20. It's not great.
Not great.
Not great. They're doing better than the 3 teams below them, though.
Okay,
So there's
that's
that.
fair. You do have to take that into account.
And 5th is Calgary. Their last 10 is 5-5. Below them is Vancouver, and their last 10 is 2-6-2.
Oof.
And then there's Ottawa at 4-6. So I guess they just felt like they needed a good old shakeup
Okay.
so they can get Carey Price to actually win something in the NHL instead of being the most overrated goaltender. But, those are just my thoughts.
Oh, Carey Price.
A lot of people were loving him to start the season, probably because the Habs were doing well to start the season.
Right.
But as it's gone on, people haven't been as kind to him on the internet that I've seen, at least. You've got one half that's like, the Canadiens have Carey Price, how are they not doing great?
Right.
And then you have the other half that's like, why is Carey Price paid this much money? He is not worth that. It's very interesting, the narrative surrounding that goaltender. But I guess you probably have that anytime a goalie is making the most money on your team.
Yes. Do we know what his contract is?
I can tell you. Cap friendly. Back to good old cap friendly.
Back to it.
The Montreal Canadiens.
That's the one.
He's making 10.5
Whoo!
for this year, and then the next 5.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Wow!
Uh-huh.
How old is he?
33.
Oh my god! What? Who gave him that contract?
Mark Bergevin.
Why did he do that?
Because Mark Bergevin.
Wowzers! Okay,
That's a time. I didn't realize he still had that much time left on it.
5 more years.
So they're kind of
After
in the
this
same
year.
boat as the Florida Panthers. Except the Panthers have a lot more cap space. Let's see. Because Bobrovsky...
Is it still really bad?
So it goes until the same year, but his is only 10 million, not 10.5.
Right, but like...
And he's a year younger than Price. So
Okay.
he's 32. I can't believe he's 32 already.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
That's bad.
Have his numbers gone up at all? Or is he still like a complete flop?
I read that he was still struggling. I haven't looked at his
What
numbers lately.
changed?
I don't know. So this year, he's played 8 games.
Okay.
He's 5-2-1.
Okay.
Oh,
What?
his save percentage is .889
Why?
with the goals against average of .318.
Not good. But 5-2-1 isn't bad.
Because they just can't stop scoring goals.
Well, good.
So
Keep
they're
it
winning.
up then.
Wow.
But
He ended last season with a knife. He ended it with knives. With a 900 save percentage and a .323 goals against. So his goals against is slightly better right now.
Okay.
His save percentage is worse.
he's lucky the team in front of him is scoring a lot of goals because, like, imagine if they weren't.
They...
You
So
can't.
they're in our division. They would probably be rivaling Detroit down there at the bottom.
Oof. Yikes.
I don't understand what Florida is. Really?
They're figuring themselves out.
Are they?
I don't know.
So Chris Drieger is their backup.
Okay.
This season he's played 9 games.
Oh, wow. Their backups played more than...
Bob did have an injury.
Oh.
That's why we saw Drieger to start the season.
Right. Okay.
And then he just completely owned the Blackhawks because why not?
Yeah.
He is 7-1-0.
Oh.
No, 7-1-1.
Okay.
With
What?
Oh, Bob. Oh, Bob. Chris Drieger.
Okay.
He's got a .929 save percentage
Oh, boy.
and a .220 goals against average.
Oh, boy.
So it ain't the team.
No.
It's the goaltender.
Oh.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, Bob. We loved you. You have a Bob jersey, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. A Columbus one.
Columbus Bob. Bob.
I think
Was so promising.
People were wondering what Columbus would look like once Bobrovsky left, and they just left it up to the 2 rookie goaltenders.
Yeah.
I think it worked out for Columbus.
It did. It did.
At least way better than Florida, since they're paying him $10 million.
God, I can't believe he got that big of a contract. I remember it happening, and I remember being like, whoa.
Too much for a goalie.
Uh-huh.
And not only does he have to finish this year, but then he's got 5 more. And they drafted Spencer Knight in the first round last year.
Right.
Not 2020, the year before.
Yeah.
So you have a potential star goaltender coming up through the ranks. You have a backup goalie who is doing light years better than your $10 million goalie. What do you do? What do you do?
I could not tell you.
You can't buy out Bobrovsky.
I was going to say
that would last forever.
Yeah.
It would be almost as long as Rick DiPietro's buyout. I think that finally ended this year. Good for the Islanders.
Okay.
But what do you do with that?
That's a really good question because it's clearly not going to work for 5 more years.
Nobody's going to trade for that.
No. With that giant monster contract? Absolutely not.
You're just going to have to hope he picks up an injury and put him on LTIR?
Ouchie. That sucks.
Yeah. You know it's bad when you get to that point where you're hoping a player gets injured. That's just not a good place to be in.
That's terrible.
But, I mean, what else do you really do? At some point, Spencer Knight has to come up to the NHL.
They got to figure it out.
You'd think he would play backup for a season to Bobrovsky. Would probably end up taking over the starter role.
Uh-huh.
So then you have to get rid of Chris Drieger, who is clearly playing better for the Panthers than Bobrovsky. I won't say he's better, but currently he is. And Bobrovsky's 32. Okay. Chris Drieger is 26.
Okay.
So he's younger. He's playing better. His contract, Florida. It ends this year.
Oh, dear.
He's currently making $850,000. So you either have to extend him, and he will get a pay raise because he's playing better than your $10 million goalie. Or you let him walk for nothing and hope that Spencer Knight is ready to take that backup role. Or, let's see. Goalies. Oh, their minor league goalies are up after this year too. But I'm assuming you could sign one of them to be the backup, which would be Montembeault, I'd assume. He's played their third role.
Okay.
He's only 24, so that's not bad. So you either sign Montembeault, let Drieger go for nothing.
Like we did with Leonard?
At least we got something. I mean, Malcolm hasn't been bad this year.
No, not at all.
Or you let Drieger go for nothing. You keep Montembeault in the minors or don't re-sign him, and you put Spencer Knight in the backup role.
Right.
Or you keep everything exactly how it is and you pay Chris Drieger more. So then you probably have, let's see, giving him a decent contract. Since he's playing well for your team, let's just go randomly $3 million.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey. You would have to then figure out how long you think it'll take before Spencer Knight is ready. Let's say 2 years.
I was also thinking that.
Brain twinsies. So then you sign Chris Drieger to a $3 million contract for 2 years.
Right.
Your goaltending then costs you $13 million
Oh, boy.
for the next 2 years.
Ouchie.
Drieger probably outplays Bobrovsky again. So you have a $10 million backup goaltender.
Oh, oh no. That's not good.
And then after those 2 years, you bring Spencer Knight up to play. He would be on his ELC, so he'd be making $750,000, give or take. You still have a $10 million backup goaltender when your starter is making under $1 million.
Uh-huh.
For 3 years after that.
Oh.
So that first season would be Bobrovsky would be Spencer Knight and Bob, and that would be in the 2023-24 season. And then they would play out that year, and then they would still have 2 more before Bob comes off of the books.
They're not in a good position. That's bad. Yikes.
Thankfully, he does have that decent record this year, so it's not catastrophic. At least team-wise on the ice. I'm sure it's frustrating for Florida fans to watch the puck always go in on him, but he's not killing them in the standings. But then you have to be the front office guys making the decision of what to do with your goaltending after this year when Bobrovsky is the only guy signed.
It's not good.
At $10 million.
It's really not good.
It's not.
And why did they do that? Why did they do that?
I don't know.
They put themselves in this hole.
They did. So you don't feel bad for them.
No, not at all. You did this.
You did this. But...
Ugh. Yikes.
And you'd have to think that there's going to be good goaltenders available this summer, so you can't bank on Seattle taking him and just hoping for a reclamation project in net when they're probably looking at Vegas going, they got Marc-Andre
exactly.
Fleury. We're not taking Sergei Bobrovsky.
Right. Lord.
Oh.
That is unfortunate for them. To say the least.
That's going to be something very interesting to keep an eye on.
Oh, absolutely.
See what they do in net there. Oh, my.
You're wearing a Columbus shirt today.
I am.
You are. Haha.
I went with that one since the Blackhawks beat them last night.
Weren't they only sold the game pucks in Pride?
Yeah, they only sold it. You had to buy special tickets or something. And
stupid.
In a club level seat.
Why would you not just sell Pride pucks? I'm sure we
wouldn't. They sold everything else.
Right. I'm sure they wouldn't. We wouldn't be the only people buying them.
Right.
Don't you want the maximum amount of money?
You would think so. They marketed them heavily.
Sure did.
And then they were like, oh,
no, only special people get those.
And then you ask the people in the arena, they're like, I don't know anything about that.
Useless.
NHL, I swear. That comes down to the team, but that's just consistently across the whole league.
Yes.
Nobody knows what other people within their team is doing.
No.
Anyway, Florida. Oh, my gosh.
Florida.
Wow. That was interesting. So another interesting thing to look at this summer is there have been talks about pushing back the draft a year.
A year?
Yeah, since most of the junior leagues aren't playing.
Ooh. Right.
So teams can't watch these guys they would potentially be drafting.
Yeah.
So then theoretically, you would either have 2 entry drafts in 1 year. Or they've said maybe move it back a few months. I don't really know what good that does you. Why not just move it the whole year and do 2 in 1 summer? But then where does that leave Seattle? They wouldn't have an entry draft as soon as they come into the league.
Right. They have to.
They have to do the expansion draft. I guess you don't have to do an entry draft.
Yeah.
But you'd think they would want to.
That's rough. I don't know what would be best. Like you said, it doesn't make any sense to just push it back because they're still not playing.
Right.
But it's hard to picture 2.
Yeah, 2 drafts in 1 year.
Right.
That just seems chaotic. And not even a good type of chaotic.
I was going to say.
You know? I usually root for chaos, but that just sounds confusing.
Well, you're not wrong.
So that's something to keep an eye on with whatever they decide to do with that. It's currently scheduled for somewhat of a normal time, depending on how long the season actually ends up going. But we'll see.
All right.
There's been chatter.
Chitter chatter.
Back to Columbus. They have goalie Elvis on IR.
I saw that.
And they recalled Matis Kivlenieks.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't know what they're doing in their goalie scouting, but they have some of the most interesting names in net for the Blue Jackets.
Uh-huh.
But goalie Elvis is out with an upper body injury week to week.
Week to week. All right.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
And that's why when the IceHogs played the Monsters on Monday, they played their goalie coach.
What?
Yeah, Brad Thiessen is the goalie coach and also a player. They said that Joey said that during the broadcast.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He said due to injuries in Columbus and whatnot, he's had to play a lot more than he expected to.
Well, yeah. Normally the coach doesn't play.
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, I guess if that's their only option.
I just thought that was interesting.
That's
a coach and also a player.
Very strange, yes.
Sidney Crosby had his 1,000th NHL game.
He sure did.
On February 20th. I had assumed he had already hit that marker.
Yeah, definitely.
But then you have to remember how much time he missed with concussions. He lost so much time. It's pretty amazing that he's come back and he's just relatively healthy now, because for a few seasons there, it was really bad.
It was iffy, yeah.
So that's wild.
Uh-huh. Well, I wish him the best.
Yeah. The Penguins did win that game.
Yes.
And Crosby had 2 assists.
Because of course.
Yes. He's 33, and David Amber tweeted this out with his resume so far.
Okay.
Sidney Crosby's. 3 Stanley Cups.
Yep.
He's gone to the Olympics twice and got the golden goal.
Okay.
He's got a world championship, World Cup, World Juniors, 2-time Hart Trophy winner, 2-time Conn Smythe winner, 2-time Rocket Richard winner, and 2-time Art Ross winner.
It's a lot of wins. Dude's definitely got repertoire.
I would say so. I would say so.
Woo, that's a hefty amount of information there.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the outdoor games this weekend?
I watched the first one, not the
All
second
of the
one.
first one?
Yes, actually.
The 9-hour-long first game?
Yeah, dude, it didn't start back up until 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
So I think it was like, I don't know, almost 1 by the time the game was over.
Yeah, it was about that.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Yeah, they played the first period, went to intermission, and I was doing something. I don't even remember what I was doing. And then I looked up like a half hour later, and the guys are just still talking on the TV. I was like, they haven't started playing yet?
Exactly.
Has it really not been that long? Nope. So they had to postpone it until later that night because it was too sunny. And it was melting the ice.
Their ice was fucked.
It was.
It was not good. Everybody was
really
tripping
bad.
and falling and landing on their faces.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not easy to watch.
No.
Because you could tell the ice was just completely divoted and rutted and not good.
The forecast was supposed to be cloudy, and then it just wasn't.
It did not do that.
The sun was like, hey, I want to come to the game.
The views were fucking beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
it was gorgeous.
Was it Lake Tahoe?
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe. It's fucking beautiful.
With the mountains in the background.
Yes.
It was
the
so
lake
pretty.
right there.
Yeah. People watching in their kayaks.
Their kayaks, yeah.
That was hilarious.
Beautiful. It was great.
Yeah. But like a lot of people were saying on Twitter, how does the NHL go back to playing this in stadiums after you have that?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to picture.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's plenty of places you can just
And it was just so
put a
cool.
rink. Yeah.
I feel like more people would watch it on TV, so you'd get better ratings if you always had it with that type of scenery.
Absolutely.
Because you're like, yeah, this is a hockey game. That's cool. And if you're not a hockey fan or maybe even a casual fan, you tune in and like, this is really fucking cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, like, look what the NHL is doing. And it's not very often you can say that. So I feel like you should hold on to it however you can.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. How do you go back to stadiums?
I don't see how
You could still have the stadium series, maybe.
Right.
But for the Winter Classic.
Yeah. That was the one we went to, right?
Winter Classic, yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know. But then how do you make as much money off of it?
It's really hard to say because, like, that's the whole point of the outdoor games is to make money, right? Or stadium, like any type of exhibition game.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not. It's hard because no fans can be allowed. So,
right, if you're surrounded by a lake, it's not like you can have a bunch of stadium seats.
And that would kind of defeat the purpose of having the view of everything. So I don't know how you would do that. I don't know how they're doing it now because, I mean...
Well, they already can't have fans, so it's not like they really sacrifice what they would be making.
No, but, like, with a 9-hour intermission... A lot of people went to sleep by the time it started back up.
They would have to plan them all for the evenings, probably.
Yeah, because sun is obviously not working for them.
Right. And that's fine. You could play them at night. And I would say you just plan something else during the day. Like you have something going on so you could take advantage of that scenery, but not make it harmful to players.
Right.
Playing on slushy ice.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe you somehow bring children there and let them just like play on the ice.
Well, that would be interesting.
Maybe bring a school or I don't know, do a Make-A-Wish program, something. And they can either strap on some skates. It's not like they're going to be moving fast like NHL players. Yeah. So if the ice is decent, they'll be fine. Or you just don't make it super slick and let them run out there in shoes, Give them hockey sticks and a puck and be like, go play. You could do something like that, have a fanfare like that. I don't know how many people would tune in on TV. Right. You'd have to do something else for a TV portion. Maybe you have a smaller rink for the kids and do an all-star game for older players.
Okay. Yeah.
On the ice and just be like, hey, don't go full speed.
Right. You're going to fall down.
Yeah, but do like an all-star legends game during the day. You still wouldn't get as many people tuning in as for the real game at night, but you'd have something. And you could take advantage of the area and the scenery.
Yes.
And have some people attend. And you could just have NHL-owned party boats out on the lake.
Definitely.
There was a boat out there with a bunch of people on it. So you could do that. And they could be totally sponsored.
Yeah, for sure.
Have sponsored party boats out on Lake Tahoe.
That'll get you money.
Yeah. It's not like if you go to a stadium for the Winter Classic or the Stadium Series, you have great sight lines anyway.
Right.
So if you're on a boat and you can still somewhat see the game, but you're on fucking Lake Tahoe, people will pay for that.
Yeah, you can't complain being on Lake Tahoe.
Right. Or I said it on Twitter, like charge a kayak fee.
Exactly.
If you're going to go out there on your own vessel, charge like $20, $30.
I can see them wanting like 60 plus for it.
Me too. I was being hopeful.
Yeah, that was quite the low number for the
They
NHL.
would definitely charge more because
$150.
I think they would lose a lot.
I can see it though.
Oh, I could totally see it. They would definitely make more money if they charged less because there'd be more people. And Lake Tahoe is fucking huge. But the NHL, like we said on last week's episode, they have no logic. They got money. No logic. They need to figure something out though because it was just very cool to watch. Yes. Even at night when they played the rescheduled portion at like midnight.
Yeah.
It looked like they were just playing in the middle of a forest. Yeah, and it was so cool.
It was so cool, yeah.
It was so cool. And it kind of looked creepy, like when you saw pictures.
Right.
When you're watching the game, like you just see the ice, but then they pan up and you're like, oh, that's kind of spooky. Yeah. And then they had Gritty out there in the forest.
Because of course.
Yeah.
So what happened in the other game? I didn't watch.
The other game was Boston and Philly.
Okay.
Boston won.
Okay, well.
Because of course.
But there
was nothing too exciting.
No.
No.
I feel like I barely even saw tweets about it. Like, nobody was watching this game.
Nobody was as excited as they were for the Vegas-Colorado game. And, I mean, those two teams are very exciting to watch.
Oh, for sure.
Boston and Philly definitely have very dedicated sports fan bases who are tuning in, watching the game.
Right.
But when you have teams like Colorado and Vegas playing next to Lake Tahoe, more people are going to tune in to watch that.
Right.
So it was smart to do that for the first game.
Uh-huh.
So the NHL did something right.
Careful.
I know.
Watch your words.
I know. Because I feel like it's just the nature of it that less people would watch the second one. Because it doesn't have that high of a novelty then. Because you've already seen it.
Exactly, yeah.
So, I don't know. It was cool. They need to do it again. They probably won't because they'll lose money. They won't build off of the one cool thing that they've done in forever. Because the NHL doesn't want to be cool and they're severely anti-fun.
Oh, yeah. That's their number one policy. No fun allowed.
No fun allowed. Ever.
Ever. You will be fined if there is fun being had.
Yeah. But did you see the Bruins roll up to that game in their 90s attire?
You know, I did. I saw pictures on Twitter.
I saw pictures. I saw zero context. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know why they did it either, but I'm kind of living for it.
It was
like,
amazing.
I'm all about that. I want every single jacket, each and every one. I love 90s jackets. I have a couple. They're wonderful.
It was hilarious.
Just seeing like a line of them on the beach.
I didn't even realize it was hockey players at first. I was like, why do people keep posting these pictures of people in all this neon gear looking like old cups and stuff? Like, what the fuck is happening?
No, it was great though.
And then I saw the picture of Bergeron and I was like, those are the Boston Bruins.
That's who that is.
All right. I guess that's what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
So I definitely need to figure out the context and why this happened.
Yes.
But the why doesn't matter because it was amazing.
Because it was wonderful. It was great.
Yes.
Yep.
Just imagine if hockey players were always allowed to have personalities.
You know, I feel like the world would be a better place.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe hockey fans wouldn't suck so much.
So, on that note, though, did you see the thing about Panarin?
I did. So he's taking a leave of absence.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I had a tweet about it. And of course, I scrolled over that one because I always miss something. This was from Molly Walker before the Rangers had released their statement.
Okay.
Because that's the first thing I saw and put it in my likes on Twitter.
Okay.
She said, New York Rangers expected to release a statement shortly in response to news that Artemi Panarin will be stepping away from the team in wake of an article from Russia alleging that he beat up an 18-year-old girl in Russia in 2011. The team released their statement. They fully stand by him. They say it was a political hit piece coming out of Russia.
Because he's been speaking out against
Putin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't usually end well.
No. And from all accounts, it seems like Panarin is the innocent party here.
Yeah. Like, I'm always like, believe victims, but it's not the victim that came out with this.
No.
Like,
it doesn't
we haven't
seem
heard,
like there even is a victim.
Right, exactly. It sounds made up.
There's no police
why would
report.
it be released if there wasn't a victim you could point at and be like,
exactly.
It was them?
With how the media works these days, we would know exactly who it was.
Right. So, since there was no statement from a victim, I'm going to stand by Panarin until something comes out that...
There's no known victim. There's no police report.
Right.
There's no evidence of this happening. Everybody who played with him says it's completely false. So, I don't know. I definitely don't want to say too much until we have more info. But at this point...
What we have right now...
It is February 24th at 7:03 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes, it is.
Everything is looking like Panarin is fully innocent.
So... what's he doing while he steps away?
I'm sure he's probably trying to figure things out with his family, you know? Like, they still live in Russia.
Yeah, you gotta make sure they stay safe.
Make sure they're safe. I don't know if he wants to try to bring them over here or if he's just in contact with them.
Yeah.
or trying to figure out where this came from and figure that out. We don't really know what he's doing.
I don't know.
He's just taking a leave from the team.
It all sucks.
Yeah.
All
He
around.
might come back after next week,
Okay.
I read.
All right.
So I don't know how accurate that is or how long he will be out, but currently taking a personal leave of absence because apparently Russia's trying to attack his character.
Can't speak out against a dictator.
No. And I saw people saying that Russia, whoever came up with this claim, they were trying to go for something that would be career ending. And I'm like, have you watched the NHL? Have you
Do you know how many
followed any of these storylines saying that Panarin beat up a lady in 2011 before he
10
was
years ago.
before he was ever on the league?
Yeah, just
They're not going to care.
no. Because there's like, who else is in the NHL that's had these types of
Okay, well,
charges?
there was Semyon Varlamov.
Right?
He was accused of kidnapping and beating his girlfriend. It seems like that one may have been fabricated.
Okay.
I don't know how much or if there was truth behind it.
Right.
But there was that. The one guy who didn't come back is Slava Voinov,
Yes.
who played with the Kings.
Yep.
Thankfully, he didn't come back because that one was very true.
Yeah.
The goaltender for the Penguins has done something. Casey DeSmith.
Okay.
Something bad. I don't know exactly what it is, so I'm not going to say it. But
Okay.
he's got a record of some sort along those lines.
Uh-huh.
A lot of other people have been accused. I know Drew Doughty was accused.
Yeah.
Claude Giroux assaulted a police officer. Ryan O'Reilly drunkenly drove his car into a Tim Hortons. Bobby Hull is still an ambassador for the Blackhawks.
It sure is.
He's a wife beater and a Nazi sympathizer, so there's that. Because Hitler had some good ideas.
Yeah, that's a sentence that should never be said. Yeah, and then like Kane has the accusations against him.
Patrick.
Yeah, good old Patrick. But like
He's got a lot of things on his reputation record, I will say, because nothing has been proven correct, so nothing is on his actual record. But his reputation,
not great.
not great.
Not great.
He's a dad now.
He is.
So he's turned it around.
Is he with the girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They're not
'Cause
married.
I know he's not married.
He's not married, but they're still together. They've been together for a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
So if that's the best they could come up with to try to quote unquote ruin Panarin's career,
Yeah. It's a little wobbly.
It's not
The
gonna
case is
work.
not solid.
especially for a star player in the
Right.
league,
Yeah.
that's not going to do anything.
Uh-uh.
How many people have already forgotten, going back to what you said earlier, that Kuznetsov had that whole cocaine thing?
Yeah.
I'm sure most people don't remember that.
It was only a couple of years ago.
It was after they won the cup.
Yeah, because there was a picture taken.
Mm-hmm.
He was in front of a table. The table clearly had cocaine
Had lines on
it.
He said, I didn't
there
do
was a
it.
couple of
And then
lines.
there were tests, and he did.
He did do it.
And it's not like it's a huge deal, but
right. It's just the fact that that was captured in picture form.
he did get punished by the league for it. So
Yeah.
he did that, and it's not really that big of a deal. But
I don't care about drugs.
No.
Anyway, like, do you? But
yeah, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, or if you need help, you reach out and get it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure Panarin's career will be fine. I just hope that Artemi Panarin, the person, and his family
are both
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a wild story also to keep an eye on.
Lots of things to watch.
So let's move into the actual teams and leagues.
Okay.
Start off
Where
with
are we
the Indy
starting?
Fuel.
Indy Fuel, huh?
The Indy Fuel.
What about them?
So, well, before I get to the team,
Okay.
there is an ECHL team that will be no more at the end of this
emotional.
season. The Brampton Beast
Yeah.
will no longer be in the ECHL.
I hate watching teams dissolve.
I know, me too.
It makes me so sad because, like, imagine the fans. I would not be okay if the IceHogs were no longer a team.
Nope.
Like, that's absolutely
That
heart-wrenching.
would not be okay at
No,
all.
just thinking about
it's a piece
it.
of you that is destroyed.
Exactly. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just find another team? It's not the same.
It's not.
So that sucks for the fans of the Beast.
It does really suck. They were the affiliates of the Ottawa Senators and Belleville, so they need to find a new affiliate, but
Why do teams dissolve like that?
no money.
Just no money? Ugh.
Yep.
Yikes.
I don't know if that's the case for Brampton,
Right.
but a lot of the time it's because of money.
Always money.
Yeah.
Always, always, always.
But the Indy Fuel is still a team,
Yeah, they are.
and they are fucking killing it this year.
Are they?
They
I've
are.
not kept up with them.
They have played 23 games.
Okay.
They are 18-4-1.
Wow.
They have 37 points, and they are first in the Eastern Conference and in the league.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Get it then, Indy.
Yeah. They have a 804 points percentage.
I still want to go and watch a game of theirs.
Yes. Well, we will make it down there eventually.
Eventually.
The second place team in the East is the Florida Everblades.
Okay.
They have 25
Say Everblades.
Everblades.
I love that.
Puns.
I like that.
They have 25 points. So
That's nowhere near Indy.
no, I lied. They have 39 points.
Okay.
So they have 2 more than Indy, but they have played 2 more games.
Okay.
So that's why Indy's point percentage is higher.
Right.
Florida is 19-5-0-1.
What's the one?
Shootout loss.
Shootout loss.
Yeah, they
Hold
count
on,
it differently
I
than the
have to
NHL
sneeze.
does. The next team in the East behind the Indy Fuel and the Florida Everblades is the Greenville Swamp Rabbits.
Swamp Rabbits.
Yes, I love the names in the ECHL. They're hilarious.
I love it so much.
So Indy has 37 points. The Swamp Rabbits have 27 points. So it's
Okay.
kind of Indy and the Everblades
Yeah.
just at the top of the conference, and the rest are just kind of floundering
Just
down there.
Down in the swamp.
Yeah. So the Fuel and the Everblades haven't played each other yet, so I can't compare the two teams and how they
Yeah.
stack up against each other. But they do have 2 games later in the season. They play back-to-back April 30th and May 1st.
Oh wow. All right.
Yeah, so if they're both still at the top, which it would take a dramatic turn
Yeah.
for either the third place team or one of them, then it'll be definitely interesting to see how those 2 games go and how
Yeah.
they face off against each other.
Uh-huh.
The first place team in the Western Conference is the Wichita Thunder. They have 23 games played, so same as Indy. They're 16-5-2 for 34 points.
Okay.
So 3 less points than Indy. And yeah,
That's not bad.
no, not at all. So I went over and I looked at the stats for the team. And their top 5 scorers for forwards. Number 1 is Nick Pirogue.
Okay.
21 games. He's got 14 goals, 5 assists. Matt Marcineau, 17 games played, 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points. Diego Cuglietta, 13 games played, 4 goals, 10 assists for 14 points. Spencer Watson, that's a name that we know.
Yeah, we do.
11 games played, 6 goals, 7 assists, and 13 points. Michael McNicholas,
McNicholas, huh?
McNicholas.
Okay.
14 games played, 5 goals, 8 assists for 13 points. With them killing the league, those points were kind of a lot lower than I was expecting.
Yeah.
And a lot of those top guys haven't played all 23 games.
Uh-huh.
So that was interesting.
Huh.
On defense, their top 5 are, let's see, Mike Lee. He's got 18 games played, 4 goals, 10 assists for 14 points. Willie Raskob, 23 games played, so he's played them all. 3 goals, 11 assists for 14 points. Keone Texiera, 14 games played, 1 goal, 9 assists for 10 points. Cliff Watson, 15 games played, 0 goals, 9 assists for 9 points. And Scott Savage, 16 games played, 1 goal, 5 assists for 6 points. And then the reason they're at the top of the league must be their goaltenders. We have Billy Christopoulos. 8 games played, 5 wins, 3 losses. He's got a .201 goals against average and a .924 save percentage.
924?
Yes.
All right.
And then Dan Bacala, 12 games played, 10 wins, 1 overtime loss. He must not have finished the other game. Oh, wait. Oh, no. So he only has 11 games on record, so he either came in relief in one or didn't finish the other one, and the other guy got the loss. Either way, he's got a .206 goals against average and a .926 save percentage.
Whoa there. All right.
So Indy's fucking killing it.
I see.
They play the Wheeling Nailers tonight. They started at 6, so they're playing right now. The Wheeling Nailers.
Wheeling...
Nailers.
Nailers? Like a nail gun?
Like a fingernail. Yeah. Nailers. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they have...
I need to see their mascot.
It's like... It looks like a crest.
Okay.
And it's just silver and black. I don't know.
All right.
I think it has nails in it. Yeah. This weekend, they have a 3-3 home series against the Fort Wayne Comets.
I hate 3-3s.
I know.
They're exhausting, and like even just as a fan.
I know. And they're all at home, too.
All 3 of them?
All of them.
What
So
the heck?
if you're a season ticket holder in Indy and you go to all the games, you're going to be a little tired after this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's Indy.
Oh,
They're
God.
fucking killing it.
I miss going to games so much.
Yeah. We're kind of at the games now.
Yeah, we got our cutouts put on in the stands.
We sure did. I wasn't expecting them to be there for last night's game.
No, they made those quick.
It was a quick-ass turnaround.
Quick.
Because we ordered them on Monday, right?
Yeah.
And they were in the stands on Tuesday.
Yesterday, yeah.
I was impressed.
Yeah. When you texted me, you were like, I see you. I was like, what? You're like, you're in the stands. I see you.
I'm outside your window.
I'm right behind the guy from Cheap Trick.
Yeah. They didn't put us together.
No, which I'm salty about.
We
need to reach out to someone.
Hey,
put us together.
move me. Can you please move me?
Can I please be put next to my partner?
Yes. I am not in the correct seat.
We are the From Center Icers.
Exactly. How are you just going to put us not next to each
You
other?
may not separate us ever.
I am salty that we don't get to be in our actual seats, though.
Yeah, I would have been really happy if they put the cutout like actually in our seats.
I know, and I get that you wouldn't see it on the broadcast.
But I don't care. I want to be in my seat.
For real. Let the guys look up into the stands and
just
see
know
fans,
where the fans are.
not just right there on the glass.
Because that's not just like a season ticket holder thing. Anybody could buy one.
Yeah, it's for everybody.
So put the season ticket holder ones in their season ticket seats.
Yeah. You
and
have
then,
them
like, everybody
on
else
your
can be in
computer.
the end
You
zone.
know where we sit.
Right. Yeah. Huh. Well, maybe somebody can move one of us.
Maybe. You know what they should do?
What should they do?
They should put the season ticket holders in all of their seats.
Uh-huh.
And then one at a time, allow us to come in and decorate it.
Whoa, like a
Decorate
locker in high school.
Yes,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
How amazing would that be?
Oh, I want that so bad now.
Right? Especially for the season ticket holders that are actually down by the glass. Imagine how chaotic
dude.
and amazing that would look.
I want it.
It would look like they're actually
I want it so bad.
That would be cool.
It would. So yeah, if you want to be in the stands
At an IceHogs game.
at
If you
an
want to be
IceHogs
inside
game,
the BMO.
$45.
Yeah. That's not bad.
It's really not because they sign it at the end of the season.
Yes, all the players
do. So yeah,
Just take a picture of yourself.
that's it.
Or your dog.
Or your dog.
cat. There's
Or
a few dogs and cats in the
Anybody
stands.
you want to be
There's a
out there.
baby.
There is a baby. There's did I see Tommy in the stands too?
Yeah, there's some players. I think Quenneville's below me.
Okay.
He's around me somewhere.
I'm pretty sure Tommy is somewhere near me. I'm like,
I think
okay.
Quenneville had a mustache.
Either way, you made me want to decorate very much.
I know, right? How amazing would that be? We can't actually be in the stands rooting them on. So at least let us make it look crazy.
Yeah, let me put a jersey there and then like freaking tinsel and
and lights.
And lights.
I'll make you go up there and turn them on every game. People who work at the BMO.
Yes. Oh my God, I want that. I know it's not going to happen, but
I know.
It's such a good idea.
It is. Oh man, I don't even know what I would put. There would definitely be lights.
Yes.
And I would make sure that y'all turn it on.
I put my didgeridoo.
Oh my God. Just buy like an electronic wind blower so it like blow into it and make the noise. Get one. This probably doesn't even exist, but one you can control with an app.
Oh
so every time they score, just
yeah, my didgeridoo. I still have my light up like foam stick.
Yes, there's that.
Was that from the cancer night? Yes. So that lights up red, and you can put it flashing, you can put it slow blink, or you can just turn it on.
Yes, just have it solid.
Solid red.
Oh man, what else could you put up there? Tinsel, like you said.
Tinsel, yeah. We've
Make
got
it all shiny.
Bells.
What do people decorate lockers with?
I don't know. You put like
you used to be able to take pictures out of
poster.
magazines
Right.
and stuff. Do kids still do that these days?
I can't imagine they do.
Dang. I had a bunch of Chad Michael Murray.
You did.
Yeah. I think I had Britney Spears too.
Unsurprising.
I know.
I don't know what I did. Did I ever decorate mine?
I don't know.
I was small enough to just fit in it.
Decorated it with yourself?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever decorated my high school locker. I don't think I ever really went to it.
Yeah.
Like between classes.
Well, freshman year.
Did I have something in there?
No, I mean freshman year we were always by our lockers because they were
next
little,
to each other.
Yeah, they were in that little cubby hole.
Yeah, and then somehow the rest of the years we just weren't by each other, even though our last names are pretty close.
Right.
So I don't know how they figured that one out.
Me either.
But in elementary school and in middle school, definitely decorated my lockers.
I don't think I had a locker in elementary school.
We had them like the last couple of years
because we hung up our coats in the hallway. And then all of our stuff, I think we just had like in our desks, like the desks opened up.
I remember those desks.
Yeah.
Those were pretty great.
Yeah.
We stopped having those at my school, I want to say, in like 3rd or 4th grade. And then we just had like a table that had 2 cubby holes in the middle.
Okay.
So you would share the table with somebody else, and you would get one of the cubby holes, and the other person got the other one. So then we had lockers in the hallway.
Yeah, I didn't get lockers until 6th grade.
6th grade was still elementary school for me.
Oh, right.
Private school kid.
Weirdo. Wait, so your middle school was only 2 years?
Yeah.
That's so weird to me. That's so weird that
it's weird to me that at the same 6th time. Grade was middle school.
My mom, she came from a place. She went to school all the way up to 5th grade at this place, and then she moved, and she was going to middle school, but she had to go back to elementary school because it was 6th grade at the new place. So she went from being like king of the castle back to being like. Is that backwards?
I guess she would have been king twice then.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's weird how you can just make it different.
Right.
You'd think that would be somewhat, you'd have to keep it
the
same because high school is always 9 through 12.
Yeah.
But middle school.
Debatable.
I think, I don't know, is it only private schools that do it?
Yeah, in Rockford. I think, yeah. Because all the middle schools that I can think of in Rockford are 6, 7, 8.
Why?
And my brother is in 6th grade, and he's never even been inside the school.
That's so weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to deal with lockers. He doesn't have to deal with, like, walking to class. It's all just on his laptop.
He never has to be the youngest kid in school.
No. That's crazy to me.
Huh.
That he's halfway through 6th grade, and he's never been in the school because of e-learning.
Yeah.
Like, I like that he's not going to school.
Oh, yeah,
because
absolutely.
Nobody should be going to school right now.
Right.
But
it's just crazy to think about.
Yeah. How do we get here?
I don't remember. We were talking about Indy. I don't know how we ended up. Oh,
Talking about middle school.
decorating lockers.
Decorating
our
lockers.
seats.
That's the one. That's the one. Oh, silly.
Yeah, I would have to get something that was Bluetooth. Well, I guess it couldn't be Bluetooth because it'd be too far away.
Yeah.
Something you could control with an app that would do something, light up or make noise.
Yeah.
Something like that. What else could you decorate a seat with?
I don't know.
It'd be easier for us because nobody sits around us. At least like right behind, right in front, or right next to. Some of the season ticket holders are all clustered together, especially further down towards the glass.
Towards the glass, yeah.
So they wouldn't be able to have as much stuff, at least in their individual seats. They'd probably team up and do like a whole themed thing.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of the people that sit closer to the glass have signs that they put up anyway.
Yep. So they probably put those in their seats.
Right. With all the freaking pamphlet. It's not a pamphlet. Pig pen?
Yes,
Pig pen. Yeah.
Those are the programs.
Programs. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. All of our programs have like a poster on the inside. So we could like set up a bunch of players
Could do
around
that.
us.
I'm going to have to think more about this. How would you decorate your season
Theoretically.
seats? It's interesting to think about.
It is.
If you had a seat that you could decorate inside of the BMO or for whichever team you support, if you're not an IceHogs fan, whether that be the Blackhawks or a different team, I don't know. I don't judge. Kind of.
I judge a little bit.
I just wanted to sound nicer.
Yeah, no, but if you like the Wolves, I'm judging.
Judge a lot.
Judging.
A lot. But how would you decorate your seat? I just want to hear how everybody would decorate
Me too.
their
Like,
seats.
what would you do?
What would you
do?
What would you put it there? Because it would have to be somewhat noticeable.
Yeah.
So the players could see it, or so it could be seen on the broadcast.
Right.
So how would you decorate your seats?
Please tell us.
Please tell us.
Email us.
Yes.
Tweet us.
Do that. All the
DM
things.
us.
Anywhere that you see this.
Post on our page on Facebook.
I need to know how people would decorate their seats.
Me too.
I'm going to think more about this myself.
Yeah. I'm going to like draw up a sketch of
a full-on diagram. Oh, I'm going to do one of those things. You know how in school you had to make those shoebox diorama things?
Yeah, like a shadow box?
Yeah. Do one of those to show how you would decorate your seat.
Yes, I'm here for it.
I wish we could give everybody homework to do that themselves.
Please.
If you have some spare time on your hands and you wish to make a shoebox thing to show how you would decorate your seat, I would definitely love to see that.
Please show us the pictures.
Anyway.
Back to the hockeys.
Back to the hockey. So this was an interesting thing that I read this morning.
Okay.
Scott Wheeler tweeted it out, and he posted a screenshot of a comment that he replied to somebody else with. I'll read that after, but his tweet said, "I think the average NHL fan's desire to keep their prospects with their AHL team misses a lot of relevant context. So I'm tweeting this for future use when people inevitably complain to me when their AHL team has to return their 18, 19-year-olds to the OHL and WHL." So his comment, somebody else said, they need to get rid of that silly extortion rule with the CHL and let guys at this level play up in the AHL. Since, when you draft guys out of junior, they can't go to the AHL right away.
Right.
Until they hit a certain age.
Which I've always thought was stupid as shit.
That's why if Kirby Dach didn't make it on the Blackhawks last year, he couldn't have played with the IceHogs.
Right, and the only reason he got to play with us was an exception about conditioning.
Yes, because he had the concussion.
Mm-hmm.
So Scott replied and said, "I understand why, for selfish reasons, fans want their players playing with their teams. I would caution you of a few things. 1, there are very few prospects who are better served in the AHL at 18 and 19 than junior. Their readiness has been exaggerated this year because of the success they've had in a watered-down AHL talent pool, because of the AHL's best players are sitting in press boxes on NHL taxi squads. 2, in reading comments, tweets, etc. like this one every day in recent weeks, I think the average hockey fans don't realize why the CHL/NHL agreement is constructed like it is. It's not extortion. I lost my place. Oh, there it is. The CHL is integral to the NHL and its biggest feeder of talent by a wide margin. The value of the health of all 3 CHL leagues to the NHL cannot be overstated. Very few of the CHL's teams are profitable, as is. They've now just gone through significant pandemic losses. Their top 18 and 19-year-old prospects put bums in seats, selling tickets and merchandise not just for the teams they play for, but for all of the often smaller markets they travel to. Mitch Marner was better for the sellouts he generated in away markets than he was for the London Knights. The other challenge with altering the agreement is that any changes to it would come with bargained financial rewards that the NHL AHL teams would have to pay CHL clubs to take their 18-19-year-olds and play them in the AHL, which results in more revenue for the big market junior teams that by and large develop those players, without compensating the smaller market clubs that rely on those players in different ways. Are there a handful of exceptions every year of kids who could benefit from playing in the AHL? Sure. Have those kids suffered in any career detrimental ways by returning to the CHL? No. Is the benefit to that player playing in the AHL so much greater that the benefit of him playing in the CHL that we should risk the health of those leagues and change in significant ways an agreement that works as is? Not likely. So I saw that.
Okay.
And I replied to it. And I'll say what I replied with first, and then I want your thoughts.
Okay.
I said, that definitely makes a lot of sense, but I can't help but to think that these points could be true in an argument for having them in the AHL. Living in an AHL town and being a season ticket holder, when the IceHogs get big-name prospects, more people go to games. And I'd argue that the success of AHL teams is important to the NHL club because that's where they can develop their guys once they have them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's easy to just get a new affiliate, but it's something to think about. I think it makes sense to have the agreement, but I think there could be changes made to it that aren't so strict.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
It's just facts that if you have, we had Bickle,
Mm-hmm.
we had Steger, we had, who else?
I mean, before the Cup run in 2010, most of those guys played in Rockford.
Right. But, you hear those names now, and people are like, ooh, I want to go see them.
Mm-hmm. Or even when you had a guy like Kirby Dach get sent down for that conditioning stint, a lot of people wanted to see him play.
Absolutely. It just makes sense.
Adam Boquist was here. People wanted to see him play.
Absolutely.
When Joker was here, people wanted to see him
I
play.
miss him.
Me too. So when you have those high-profile prospect names, which are probably your first-round picks,
right?
The fans of that team want to see those players.
Yes.
And with the majority of NHL teams being in the States, it doesn't make sense for them to be playing in the CHL if it's all just revenue related because you need that money going to the AHL teams so they survive so you can have your prospects.
I mean, it just makes sense. You want to invest in the AHL because it is the step below the NHL. So why would you not want players to be in the AHL and getting that experience?
Right. If they're clearly better than being in junior, if going back to their junior team wouldn't help their development at all, and the only reason they need to is because they're 18,
that's
dumb.
a dumb rule.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah, and maybe we haven't seen any players suffer from that, but maybe we just don't know if they have or not.
Exactly.
How do you measure that? Because there's plenty of guys that get drafted who don't make it to the NHL.
Oh, 100%.
Especially guys who were amazing junior players. So how would you know that not sending them to the A earlier if they would have developed into an NHL player? You just don't know. Because we don't get to see it.
Nope. It's all a secret.
Yeah. So having the agreement with the CHL makes sense. But I think you have to have an exception rule. Yeah. I mean, they have it in junior teams too. If guys are too young to play for the junior team, they make exceptions for some guys. Connor McDavid was one of them.
Yep.
So I think that needs to be a thing. Maybe it's just one guy per team. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be, but something that's less strict. Because sometimes you draft guys and you either don't have room on your NHL team or they're not good enough for the NHL, but they're way too good for junior.
Right.
Then they're just kind of stuck in limbo.
It's like DeBrincat when he was in
Erie.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that man's numbers.
Right. So imagine if he hadn't come into his rookie season and lit it up with the Blackhawks.
Exactly.
Then,
I remember sitting at games getting notifications from Erie.
Yeah.
Like, this kid has scored another goal.
Right. And he played there the year after he was drafted, right?
I think so.
So if he's lighting up the league down there, yeah, it's fun to watch, but don't you think it would have
put
benefited
him on the
him?
same level as other players?
Clearly, it didn't harm his career.
No,
but
no, not at all.
for guys who maybe are a step below an Alex DeBrincat, who are still too talented for junior but don't light up the NHL once they come up, then
Why
it would
make
make sense.
Not stick him in the AHL.
Yeah. So I don't know how you would figure out who that player is to be able to make that exception. So maybe it would be just like one player per NHL club per season. So then the NHL team can decide. I don't know.
I could see it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, but I can see it.
Right. And it's not like every team would use that exception every year.
Yeah.
Because you don't always
have a guy that's killing it.
Right. Sometimes all of your prospects would be better off. You
just want to put people where their talent matches the ones around them.
Right.
Like,
that just seems to make the most sense.
Yeah, that's because there's logic involved. They don't have that, but I do sometimes.
One day we need to remember that there is no logic involved in hockey.
None.
Yeah. But if it's all just revenue related, I don't feel like that's fair to players.
Not at all.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, you're holding them back at that point. Why would you want to hold anybody back?
Yeah.
Don't you want them to do as well as possible? Like,
you would think so.
Put them where their talent matches. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like putting fucking Kane in the ECHL. Like, just imagine that.
Right.
No.
Oh my God. I kind of want to imagine it. See what his numbers would be.
Please let me see.
Oh my God.
No, but it's so dumb in my mind. Like,
it is.
No logic involved.
And I don't feel like it's really fair to call this season in the AHL a watered down talent pool.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
So there's that. Anyway, so those are just some tidbits from around everywhere. So now we have the IceHogs and the Blackhawks finally.
Here we go.
Here we go. So there are 2 injuries.
Okay.
On the roster. Anton Lindholm and Cam Morrison.
Okay.
Lindholm got injured on February 12th. I don't know how, because I don't feel like he played a game.
Yeah.
I also don't think they played the day after my birthday, so maybe it was in practice or something. I don't know. But he's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks, recovering from a fractured thumb.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. You need that.
You do.
For lots of things.
And then Cam Morrison is out for the season. He was injured in the preseason game.
All right. His knee, right?
Yeah. He had successful surgery to reconstruct his right knee MCL.
Ow. Ouchie.
I just don't like the words reconstruct and knee in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Just sounds like you're putting it together with clay or something. Like, all right.
Here's the knee.
I'm going to rebuild this joint. So that sucks. He's going to miss 5 to 6 months. I was wondering why he hadn't been in the lineup.
Yeah. Huh. Well, now we know.
Makes sense now.
Now we know.
Because he just didn't have a right knee MCL, I guess,
Ew.
to reconstruct it.
Ouchie, ouchie.
Yep. So the games since we last recorded, they've played 2.
The Hogs?
Yep.
Okay.
They played on Monday.
Uh-huh.
And they lost 7-3 to the Cleveland Monsters in the first game of a back-to-back.
That one hurt.
That
one hurt real bad.
Game sucked.
Oh, it was so bad. Like, I can't even.
That game was rage-inducing.
Yeah. I was afraid you were going to blow up your house.
I was close to it. I had the matches in my hand.
Yeah.
Tyler Sekura set up the first 2 goals for Cleveland.
Sicky, come back.
If you recall,
He was our
the
captain last year.
Yep. Captain of the IceHogs, came back to the BMO for the first time and set up the first 2 goals.
Yep.
Both to Zach Dalby. So there was that.
Ugh.
We were on hat trick watch all night. Thankfully, he didn't get it.
Thank God.
I mean, out of 7 goals, you'd think he would have gotten another one of those. But
I think he got assist somewhere, but
I believe he did,
not
but
actually credited.
never got that 3rd one.
Yeah.
So when it was, they scored their first 3 goals. What was it? Less than 8
minutes into the game. Yeah.
Less than 8 minutes into the game.
That one hurt.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, it did. But then the IceHogs sort of provided some hope in the first period. Chris Wilkie got the shorthanded goal.
Wilkie.
Yes. He got that. That's his 2nd shorthanded goal of the season.
Look at him.
And then
Special teams.
Yes. And then Brad Morrison got a goal
because of course
being scratched on Thursday.
I hope it wasn't just like a healthy scratch thing. Like
that would make me very angry, and I'm already mad about it. Most efficient point guy.
He's our point producer
on your team.
And you scratch him.
When you need offense.
There had to have been some reason other than
coaching decisions.
Please don't bring up the coach.
I'm pretty sure that was why.
Okay.
Because the IceHogs release injuries and there was nothing.
Yeah.
But Mitchell Fossier got his first professional goal 9 seconds into the 3rd.
Okay. Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
I could barely even process that the 3rd period had begun, and then all of a sudden the goal horn was going off.
Yeah.
I was rather confused.
Agreed.
And we had a goalie change in the 3rd period.
Fucking finally!
Yes. So it was about 26 seconds after the midway point of the game. I believe they scored that 6th goal at 10:26 of the 2nd period.
Okay.
Tompkins had already given up 6 goals with half of a game gone.
It hurt so bad to watch.
Yes.
It was hard.
And there were a couple of those that you really need to have stopped.
They looked like easy stops.
Not
like
all 6 of them. Yeah.
He freezes. Tompkins
He does.
just freezes when he thinks he has the puck.
Either he thinks he has it or he thinks it's gone in. He just stops moving. And it's like, he just pulls a Jonathan Quick and just...
Oh, no, not Johnny Quick.
Just freezes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's frustrating. And you
gotta have those rebounds. Like,
yeah.
You just have to.
And let's see. I want to say there were about 3 shots that just beat him cleanly.
Yeah.
He wasn't screened. Wasn't a second chance.
No.
They just shot the puck and it went past him. It's going to happen in the course of a season.
Well, of course.
All of the players on the ice are professional hockey players. They're obviously good at what they do.
Right.
But
but
having more than 2 goals that cleanly beat you in a game.
In a game, yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Especially when you give up 6.
Right.
If it's only 2 goals that you allow in a game and they both suck, you're
yeah,
just kind of
like, oh, that sucks. But
that wasn't great. But when you give up
6 goals.
And you didn't even make them work for all of them.
No.
3 of the goals came from the exact same spot on the ice, the right circle. The right circle is not very kind to Matt Tompkins.
No.
So I feel like I've written in every recap so far, Matt Tompkins got beat from the right circle. I don't know what it is about that side of the ice in particular that he doesn't like, but whenever he has to look
like his
to his
spot
left
or something,
I don't know.
It's rough.
And he gets beat to both sides, so you can't just say, oh, it's his blocker that sucks, or oh, it's his glove that sucks, because they beat him on both sides.
It's not good.
I don't know if his peripheral vision in his left eye sucks, so he can't see his angle.
Did he start all of the first 6 games?
No, Scott Darling got game number 2.
Right, yeah.
But he got the other 5.
Yeah. So
And
their
he
record
was winless
after this terrible, terrible game.
0-5-1.
0-5-1.
Yeah.
0-5-1.
0-5-1, and he played 5 of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did get the 1 overtime point.
He did. But
but you would think we would have seen a goalie switch earlier, right?
But Derek King does not
No,
bench a goalie.
I get that. I don't agree with it, but I get it.
Do
like
you?
I understand.
He doesn't want to mess with their confidence, but like being hung out.
When I say I get it, I mean I understand why it didn't happen. Not
Okay.
the reasoning behind why it didn't happen.
Okay.
I just know that it wasn't going to happen.
Uh-huh.
But you would at least assume with a normal coach that after maybe 3 losses on a season, you would start somebody else.
Yeah.
Just you got nothing left to lose. You haven't won a game yet.
You have backups.
2 of them.
Waiting to go.
2 guys.
But you just don't use them.
You just keep putting Tompkins out there. And I don't know. This is what I don't know.
Okay.
So like you said, he doesn't pull goaltenders because he doesn't want to mess.
Sorry. Breaking the table over here. Okay.
It's fine. I could just cut that out
if
I wasn't speaking. So he doesn't pull goaltenders in the middle of a game because he thinks it messes with their confidence.
Right.
I don't understand the logic behind just throwing him in game after game. Is it the same line of thought that maybe he will bounce back from a loss and feel better about himself? He'll be able to come out in the next game and prove himself?
Maybe?
Would it be along those lines?
I would hope that's the thought.
Or he's just... I guess it would have to be the whole team. I would assume Pete Aubry's decision-making goes into this as well as the goalie coach. Just that he's the starter, so you're going to keep trying it until it works?
You can't think like that, though, because if he's failing, he lost you 6 games. Well, 5 games.
5 games.
Try something else.
Right.
And they finally did for game 7.
They did. I feel like those first 5... Well, yeah. Because there were 6 games he played 5. So those first 5 games, or I'll say his last 4. Because first game of the season, you're going to start with the guy who you think is your starting goaltender.
Of course, yeah.
So after that first game that they lost, then they started Darling in game number 2. Lost that one as well.
Lost that one.
You go into the 3rd game, you think, oh, maybe we'll start one of the other guys. They don't. So Tompkins starts that one too. I don't get it. That's when you're in the territory of playing a guy because you think he deserves ice time. And that's one of the worst things you can say about a hockey player is he deserves to play.
That's a hard...
because nobody deserves to play.
Right, it's not about what you deserve. It's about...
Unless your play on the ice
going.
Dictates that you should get more playing time.
Right.
But if it doesn't...
then it's time to switch it up.
Right. It's not about deserving to play. It's what you earn.
See, that's what people don't understand, though. And, like, I've been a perpetrator of this as well. But, like, you see a guy out there and... you love him, right? You love seeing him out there. You love what he does, whatever. He gets scratched for a game, and everybody's like, oh no, the world is ending. I don't know why my one player he's not playing the game. What? He totally deserves this, though. He's been here for so long. And
right.
It's a slippery slope there.
Right.
Super slippery slope.
The only thing they deserve is getting their paycheck.
Right.
That is all that is promised to them.
Everything else is up to them.
You have to earn that playing time.
Right. Because this is your job.
Right. You can't just go out there, be complacent, and be like, well, I'm going to be out there on the first line next game, or, oh, I'm going to be starting in net in the next game.
Yeah.
Even if I suck, doesn't matter.
Well,
because this is what I deserve.
It's like Darling not getting signed after the PTO. Like,
right. This team didn't owe him anything.
No.
He didn't deserve a contract just because he's a good guy.
He came from here and everybody loves him. Like, it's just not how it works.
Exactly. You can root for a person as a human being.
Of course.
And you can love them as a player.
Absolutely.
Not everybody has their favorite player as the star guy on the team.
Exactly.
That's not how that works. You can love a guy as a human and as a player. It doesn't mean that he, quote unquote, deserves to be in the lineup or deserves to be on a team.
Right.
It's just frustrating.
It's very frustrating because it's hard not to get your emotions involved when you do love these players.
Absolutely.
But you can't argue that they deserve something or another. Like, we said Joker deserved better.
Sometimes players deserve better. Doesn't mean they deserve ice time.
Exactly.
Sometimes they deserve better.
Yes.
I don't think he deserved to be traded for Alex Nylander.
No. No, he didn't. But here we are.
Mm-hmm. There is that.
There is that. What else we got?
Yeah, that was kind of a tangent.
A little bit.
So they lost that game on Monday. It sucked. Matt Tompkins was bad. Cale Morris came in the third period. He faced 14 shots, stopped 13 of them, looked real good.
Yes.
It took him a couple minutes to get that first save. I don't know if the team was just like, oh no, shelter the rookie, shelter the rookie, no shots at the net.
Well,
Either
why
way.
can't they do that?
Always?
Yeah.
Just do that
That's
all the time?
kind of the point, is to protect your goalie, is it not?
You would think so.
You have to stop the players, the skaters from getting shots.
Let the goalie handle it.
That is their job, but also
you gotta help them out.
Help them, yeah.
You gotta help them
You
out.
have to, but
More often than not, teams don't help out their goaltender.
no.
And we've definitely seen that a lot so far this season. It's not like it is solely Matt Tompkins' fault that we lost 5 of those 6 games.
No, they didn't look good.
No.
At all. The whole team.
But just this Monday night game, I would put a lot of it on him.
Oh, for sure. It was a terrible, terrible game.
The guys in front of him looked like horse shit. But every once in a while, you need a big save.
For sure. He did not provide that.
No. He had multiple opportunities. A few of those 6 goals were savable pucks.
For sure.
A goaltender isn't going to always stop a savable puck. We've seen it plenty of times. It happens every single game unless the goalie gets a shutout or allows only 1 goal. But when your team isn't playing well, you need one of those big stops. So anyway, Cale Morris came in, had to face a full 2-minute 5-on-3 power play for the Monsters.
Yeah.
So that was a nice little welcome to the league moment.
Here we go.
Hope you're ready. But he didn't allow a goal on it. Killed it off. Team looked pretty good, but he also came up with some really big stops on it.
Yes.
Especially right in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
And the only goal that was scored on him was a power play goal, but it was near the end of the third period, and it was a one-timer. So,
yeah.
Sucks. He almost got over to save it.
Almost.
It was real close.
It was very close.
But it was just quick enough to beat him. So they sucked Monday night, and then they had to pick themselves right back up to play the next night.
On Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
Oh, God, it was really just last night?
It was.
Wow.
Also against the Cleveland Monsters.
Yes. Were these the makeup games for...
Yes.
Okay.
These were the rescheduled ones from the first weekend since they didn't travel due to COVID.
Right.
Yeah. So not only did they have to play back-to-back, they had to play the same team that beat them 7-3. And once again, they scored 3 goals. It's consistent between the 2 games, but they only allowed 2.
Woo!
The IceHogs finally
won a game.
Won a game.
Oh my God. I didn't think it was ever going to happen.
Me either.
We won a game. They won a game.
Won a game. It was very dicey near the end. It was looking like they were going to lose again.
Yes.
Which would have sucked.
Yes.
But it wouldn't have been as terrible because the team looked better. Cale Morris was good. He got the start in this game.
Yes, he looked good.
He did. He looked real good.
He looked comfortable.
Yes.
I feel like when your goalie's out there looking uncomfortable is when
it makes you worry.
Right. But like he was real smooth in all of his transitions, and it was refreshing.
He's got a very interesting style of goaltending.
Yes, it's very different from what we've seen.
It is. I need to see it more to fully explain what I mean.
When do they play next?
This weekend, Saturday.
Okay.
I want to say it's Saturday. Maybe against? Cleveland.
Of course.
They got another back-to-back. Those were originally scheduled. The 27th and 28th. I believe it's Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And those are in Cleveland, right. I believe.
Because these two were here. Okay.
So they have to face them again. I'm getting real tired of it.
I'm just tired of Tyler Sekera scoring on us.
It hurts.
It hurts so bad.
It's an extra stab to the heart.
There's salt in that wound.
And he just keeps adding more.
He was our captain, man.
And then left.
And he left us.
And now he won't stop putting up points against us.
Because how else?
Yeah. So in that game on Tuesday, there were no goals in the first period.
Wow.
Neither team scored. The IceHogs looked a lot better.
Oh
my goodness. They were moving their feet.
They were.
They still got outshot, but I'm not too worried about it.
By a ton, yeah.
They looked better. They were keeping shots to the outside. They weren't giving up a ton of grade A chances. There were a couple.
Yeah, but there's always going to be a couple.
But the biggest thing, no goals.
No goals. They made it through a period. A whole period. To the first intermission.
With no scoring.
No scoring.
Crazy.
Wow.
So then the second period starts.
Okay.
And the second periods always suck. And because they always suck,
not good.
Tyler Sekera scored the first goal of the second period. 6 minutes and 26 seconds in.
Because of course.
Because of course it was him.
Of course it was.
Who else would it be? Who else would it be? So the score remained 1-0 for a very long time. And then 15:52 into the second period, Evan Barrett got his first professional goal.
Yes.
Assisted by Isaac Phillips and Tim Soderlund.
And at the same time, Mr. Brandon Hagel
yes.
got his first NHL point, or first NHL goal.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was so exciting.
That was a very chaotic moment in my living room. Yes, what do I look at? So I had the Blackhawks on my TV. I had the IceHogs on my computer. And
things were happening.
Things were definitely happening. When Barrett scored his, I was looking up at the TV seeing what the Blackhawks were doing, and then I heard the goal horn go off. I was like, oh no, I gotta watch. So I look down at my computer, and I see them playing the replay. I'm like, oh cool, Evan Barrett scored. Then I hear that the the Blackhawks score. I look up, I'm like, what is happening? And they're like, Brandon Hagel. I was like,
yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, of course. I've been talking about him getting his first fucking goal since the season started, and I didn't see it happen.
No, I didn't either. I was watching the Hogs.
I didn't see it happen. I've only been talking about it since the season started.
Yeah. Well, that's what we get when the Hogs and the Hawks play all at once.
I don't like when they do that.
No, me either, because I want to watch both, but I cannot.
Right? And the start times are never staggered. They start at the exact same time.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Like, what are you supposed to do? I was trying to watch them both, which got very difficult because I was just like up and down, up and down. I was like getting dizzy.
Keep your hashtags straight.
Seriously. That was hard. But that moment in particular was very chaotic. I was trying to celebrate everything.
Everything. Every last thing.
Yes. But Evan Barrett got his first professional goal.
Damn right.
And Brandon Hagel got his first NHL goal, finally.
Hell yeah, fucking right.
Yes. And Tim Soderlund finally got a point this season.
Yeah, he did.
Got the assist on that one. Thank goodness. So then they go into the second intermission.
Right.
Tied 1-1.
Yep.
It was not a catastrophic second period.
It wasn't, which is highly abnormal.
It seemed like it was going to be when they got scored on first by Tyler Sekura.
But they held it back.
And they got their own goal.
They got through it.
Which was a very confusing goal. That was the one that looked like it could have maybe been called back.
Yeah.
And Cleveland was very not happy about it.
Not happy.
No, because Barrett crashed the front of the net, ended up sort of making contact with the goaltender, but he was also pushed.
Yeah.
And the puck was next to the goalie.
Right.
I feel like the Cleveland bench thought it was under him.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
It was next to him. So the ref clearly saw that it was still visible, which is shocking in and of itself. So he didn't blow the whistle, and Evan Barrett got a stick on it.
Swoop.
No, that's wrong. That was Alti Barmakian's goal.
Was it?
Wasn't it?
Now I'm questioning everything.
Me too. I thought that was the one. But maybe it wasn't that one. Either way, one of those two got their first AHL goal with a very confusing goal of that sort.
Yes, precisely.
Either it was Alti Barmakian's goal or he could have gotten that first one if Barrett didn't put it in. Because whoever got that goal, there were 2 IceHogs sticks going toward the puck. And I know that Alti Barmakian was one of them. So now I can't remember which goal it was. Either way, they scored. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And in the third period, they got scored on first. Again, Evan Poli for the Cleveland Monsters.
Yep.
Made it 2-1. But then, as the period was winding down, 16 minutes and 37 seconds into the third period was when Alti Barmakian got his first AHL goal.
Okay.
So then it was tied.
Yep.
I was very concerned it was going to go to overtime.
Yep.
And I didn't want that because they lost their last overtime game.
Yep.
And that's all that was in my head. But then with 93 seconds left, in regulation, Isaac Phillips blasted home a puck from the point.
Yep.
And the IceHogs had a lead at the end of the third period. And they still had to kill off a minute and 33 seconds of that game.
Right.
And I was very concerned that Cleveland was going to tie it up again.
Because on any other day, they would have.
Yep. But on this Tuesday night, they did not.
They didn't.
I was just picturing it every time the puck went into the IceHogs zone. I was like, oh, God,
Here it comes.
I was just ready for the disappointment that I was inevitably going to feel.
Because in the team's history, they are quite what's that word?
Consistent,
thank you. They're pretty consistently vulnerable after they score.
Yep.
So that might not be the case with this team. With different goalie.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah. But, in past years, with Derek King as coach, as soon as they scored, they would get scored on within the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, those next few shifts were always a little scary.
Very sketchy.
You just had to clench your jaw a little bit.
Here it comes.
Yeah. But after about 2.5-3 minutes, you could relax a little and be like, okay, that one passed.
We did it.
Now, what other little shop of horrors is upon us? You never know. They always pull a trick out of their hat.
Yeah, they do.
But on this night, they won.
They won a game. I almost fell out of my chair through a window when they finally won. I almost fell out of my chair too. I straight up exploded.
So did I.
My mom was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "They fucking won!" Yeah, it was very nice. Mm-hmm. It felt very good.
It did
to not be completely defeated in 7 games.
No kidding. And not only did they win the game, but they also had to come back from being down and then score that late goal to not let it go to overtime.
Yep. And they did it.
They did. You've got to think that that's a huge game for this team.
Oh, for sure. If they don't gain at least a little bit of confidence.
Right.
Like, I don't know if they need to keep Morris out there.
I would start him in the next one.
Yeah, definitely on Saturday.
I'd say he's earned it.
He won the first game for you.
Mm-hmm.
He looked a lot better than
he faced a ridiculous amount of shots in that one.
It was a lot. It was like 33, wasn't it?
37.
37.
And only allowed 2.
Yeah, wow.
Made 35 of 37 saves. That's a lot.
Yeah.
In your first professional start.
Yes.
So not only in his first professional period, in the third period on Monday, he had to face a 2-minute 5-on-3.
Yeah.
Comes into his first start and faces 37 shots.
Ooh.
Sorry, kid.
But he looked good.
He did. He made a lot of huge saves.
Yes, which...
A lot going post to post.
Yeah, and I don't think Tommy would have stopped those straight up. It hurts me because I really wanted to like Tommy, and I defended him a lot because you said that he wasn't good. But I was holding on to hope.
Mm-hmm. I went into this season wanting to have hope.
I know.
Because it seemed like that was our option. Tompkins has to be good.
He has to. But Mr. Cale
has come in.
And I would like to see him start on Saturday. Because if we go back to Tommy, I feel like...
That's just got to be a kick in the gut to the kid.
Oh, for sure. Think. Absolutely.
The team goes winless for 6 games. You get them the first win after looking really good in the third period the night before. Yeah. And then you get benched for a guy who hasn't won yet. That's a kick in the gut.
Well, yeah, but it's also a kick in the gut to Tommy.
Win a game!
I know. No, I'm fully with you there.
Play better!
I am fully with you there. I can't imagine losing every game. And then, like, somebody comes in and just, like, takes my spot and does amazing. Like, that hurts me to my core, just trying to imagine how that feels. And I understand it's on him. He's got to do better, 100%, 150%. Mm-hmm. But
I'm sure it does suck losing your job to a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
But
if he's doing better than you,
that's on you, bro.
What else can you expect?
That is on you. So I wandered over to the player stats for the IceHogs.
Ooh, you went on a little adventure?
I did, to see who their top scorers were.
Okay.
They've remained pretty consistent so far this year. But they have a leaderboard at the top of their stats page.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you the leader and the different stats. Brad Morrison leads in goals.
Yes.
Tim Soderlund leads in assists.
Mm-hmm.
Points goes to Morrison as well. And then you have wins. And you got Cale Morris there with 1.
Oh, no.
Cale Morris leads our team in wins with 1.
Just 1.
With 1.
One win.
And I had to laugh at that because it just looks ridiculous. But anyway, so our top 5 point getters on this team. Number 1, we have Brad Morrison.
Okay.
Remains in that number 1 spot. He's played 4 games of the 7. He has 3 goals and 1 assist for 4 points. 4 points in 4 games. That is a point per game.
Okay.
Next up, Chris Wilkie. He's played 6 games. He has 3 goals and 1 assist as well for 4 points.
Yeah, he looks good out there.
2 of those are shorthanded.
Yep. That's definitely a good thing.
He seems to be involved in a lot of plays, too. He's just all over the ice.
He is.
It's crazy.
I wasn't expecting to...
No. For a free agent signing out of college, I wasn't expecting that. Number 3, we have Evan Barrett. 7 games played, 1 goal that he got on Tuesday. 3 assists for 4 points.
Okay.
In 4th, which nobody would have expected, is Isaac Phillips.
Yeah. Really,
defenseman.
Where did he come from?
The Blackhawks drafted him in the 5th round last year.
Huh. Well, all right then.
You don't expect a young guy drafted in the 5th round to come in and have such an impact on your team.
No.
But he is number 4 in points.
All right, I'll take it.
5 games played, 2 goals. One of those was the game winner on Tuesday. 1 assist for 3 points. And number 5 is Mitchell Fossier, 4 games played, 1 goal, which was on Monday, 9 seconds into the third period, 2 assists for 3 points.
Well, all right then.
I know, right?
Nothing you would have expected.
I don't think I would have guessed any of those except maybe Evan Barrett.
Right.
So that's interesting. Do you want to hear the goalie stats?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll start with Maddie. Matt Tompkins.
Yeah.
5 games played.
5 games.
4-1. No. 4-1. I missed that good old zero.
The zero. The zero at the very front.
Gotta remember that one.
Have to.
4-1. I don't even know which one to say first. All right. Goals against average of 4.08.
Oh, Lord. Not good.
Save percentage 881.
Oh, these are bad numbers.
They are. I was expecting a save percentage to be worse, to be
Yeah.
honest. With
He
the
has
amount of
let a
goals that have
lot,
gone in on this
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
He's also faced a lot of shots. He's faced 160 shots, and he's allowed 141.
Oof.
19
19.
in 5 games.
5 games, yeah. Not good numbers. Very not good.
Cale Morris, 2 games played. A game and a period. It says 2 games on the sheet. He's 1-0.
Yep.
He has a goals against average of 2.25
Better.
and a save percentage of 941.
Whoa, baby. I know it's only been 1 game, but goddamn.
Small sample size,
Very small.
but still.
But still.
If you want to go with small sample size, Scott Darling.
Scott Darling.
1 game played, 5 goals against average, save percentage of 815.
Ouch.
He left Rockford with an 815 save percentage.
Oh, Scotty. Oh, no. Oh, Scotty, no.
You can't make that up.
Shit.
You can't make that up.
Poor Scotty, man.
He plays 1 game for Rockford and his save percentage is 815.
Sad.
I feel like you have to frame that.
No.
Like, yeah, it sucks because he lost, but how do you end up with that number?
I don't know.
You play 1 game for Rockford, you have an 815 save percentage. Anybody who's not from Rockford, that's our area code.
I didn't even think.
You didn't connect that? That's why I thought it was so funny. Oh my God.
815.
Oh my God. Welcome to the party, Jacqueline. Glad to have
I
you.
have just arrived. Here I am. 815. Goddamn.
Yep.
All right. I'm here now. I thought it was just really bad, and
I
that's
mean,
why
it
you were
is.
laughing.
It is very bad, but you can't make that one up.
No, you can't. 815. Wow.
Yeah. So the IceHogs have finally won a game. They hopefully have some confidence right now.
They have to have some type of boost
You would hope
from
so.
winning that game.
At least.
Because I can't imagine how disheartening it was to just keep losing and losing.
Just
and
night after
losing
night.
Every fucking game.
They really didn't do themselves any favors, though.
No.
Every position on the ice, especially the last 2 games before the win, they were garbage.
Yeah, it was not
They
good.
weren't moving their feet.
It was bad to watch.
Yeah.
Like, it was hard.
We talked about that on Thursday because the first one was against Grand Rapids where they looked like that.
Yeah.
And then they came out on Monday and looked exactly the same.
Real bad.
But thankfully,
I can't believe Derek King actually switched out goalies, though.
me too. I felt it in my bones that Tommy was going to start on Tuesday just because it would have upset me that bad. It's like, I can feel it. I have to prepare myself for this so I don't explode.
But no, Cale came in.
I really still can't believe it too.
Yeah. I don't think Derek King has ever pulled a goalie.
Nope.
Like, ever. Because he said it fucks with their confidence. So the fact that Mr. Tommy was removed from the net
Yeah.
and he tried somebody else. I don't know if maybe Tommy signaled that he wanted to be flagged or like flagged that he wanted to be switched out, or
I could see that, especially
throw
since
me
it
a
was
rope, throw me a rope.
Yeah, it was the start of the period, so he could have been in the intermission, like, take me out.
Please stop
Take
this
me out of here.
madness.
Get me out of my misery.
Please.
I don't know. Yeah, I was surprised, like you, when Kale started the third period.
Yeah, I looked up and he was like warming up in the net, and I'm like, that's not Tommy.
I know. I think I was looking down or something, and I either saw it on Twitter or I heard Joey say that Morris is a net. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I just looked right up, and there he was warming up in the net. I'm like, that's a different goalie.
That's a different one.
That's a different one.
And then he started Tuesday.
Yeah,
that was even more shocking.
He did do that.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
The IceHogs are still last in the Central.
Shh, wait.
Or now they're last. Cleveland passed them by beating them on Monday.
Oh, no. I thought there was somebody else behind us.
No, it was just Rockford and Cleveland down there fighting for the last spot.
Well, but Cleveland didn't have any games played.
They have 5 now. They only have 2 less than Rockford. So if the IceHogs don't want to be in last, they should probably have a good weekend against that same Cleveland Monsters team.
Please.
They have a chance, if they win a couple of games here, to jump up into 4th in the Central, because Iowa's not doing too grand either. They've played 6 games. They're 2-3-1.
Who?
Iowa. So if the IceHogs have gained some confidence from this one,
That would be nice.
and can build off of it for once
Please.
going forward, maybe they don't see themselves in last place to start next week.
That would be grand, honestly.
I'm very scared for this weekend.
Well, yeah.
Very scared for
I
this
should
weekend.
be able to watch everything. I don't think I have anything going on this weekend.
Good.
Yep.
And then we have the Blackhawks.
What about them?
They are 10-6-4
Not bad.
on the season. Not bad at all. They are 3rd in the Central when sorting by points.
Okay.
When sorting by points percentage, they are 4th.
Okay.
So they are in a playoff spot either way,
Uh-huh.
which none of us saw coming to start this
definitely
season.
not. I was expecting it to be painful.
Yeah. Me too.
But they finally turned it on.
They did. They've also played 2 games since we recorded.
Okay.
It would have been 3, but they had their Saturday game rescheduled
Right.
so that Carolina could play Tampa instead
Yes.
of us. Because that's just how this year is going.
The magic of COVID.
Yeah. So the first game they played after we recorded was the day after, on Friday night, which was the 5-3 loss to Carolina. Bad game.
Grateful I didn't watch that one.
Yeah. It was not good. The only good thing about it was Patrick Kane.
Well,
He looked great.
yep.
He tried to get the team to win. Had that ridiculous spinorama backhand goal.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was lovely.
That was about the most Patrick Kane goal you can score.
I mean, yeah, definitely. 100%.
I was so angry at this game because they looked like crap. And then he does that.
Yeah.
And I just rolled my eyes and started laughing. So I was like, of course.
Because of course.
Because
why wouldn't Patrick fucking Kane?
what else would happen in this game? Except Patrick Kane highlight reel goal.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. And then Ian Mitchell got his second goal of the season.
Yes.
And Carl Soderberg scored on the power play at the end of the game, also from a Patrick Kane shot that he tipped in front of the net.
Alrighty.
Kane had 3 points that night with 3 goals scored by the team. So he factored in on all of them.
All of them,
Because he was the only guy that decided to show up to that game.
Well.
Yep. Which was nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen, to start this season, where everybody else showed up except him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when he turned the switch to the on position.
But I'm glad he did.
Yeah, the last few games he's been really good. And he was really good again last night when the Blackhawks played the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yes.
It was a whole entire sweep of that organization by ours because the Hawks beat the Blue Jackets and the IceHogs beat the Cleveland Monsters.
Ha.
It was beautiful, but it took a shootout for the Hawks.
I never thought we were going to win a shootout.
No, me either.
Because nobody
could score.
Nobody could score on a shootout.
And it was so frustrating.
It was just like, even Patrick Kane, it was just like,
Oh my God. Yeah. His shootout attempts so far this season have been some of the most disappointing.
Because he can do some crazy shit with that stick.
It's Patrick Kane. He can do whatever he wants. He didn't look like he wanted to score in any shootout. Last night, he did switch it up. He almost had it, but Korpisalo,
if he lifted just a little more, it would have been
Korpisalo and his stupid pad got in the way. But this was a crazy game. Yeah. And I'm kind of glad that I had the IceHogs to distract me for most of it.
Right.
Because I feel like my blood pressure probably would have been through the roof watching this game.
Yeah.
In its entirety.
I can picture it.
So I typed out all of the goals. So we'll see how this one went.
All right, let's go.
So the goaltenders that were in net were Finnish friends Kevin Lankinen and Jonas Korpisalo.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Soderberg, 8 minutes and 11 seconds into the first period on the power play.
Yes.
From Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat.
Because who else?
Yes. Carl Soderberg was back on the power play since Dylan Strome is out with a concussion. I hope Soderberg continues to be on the power play because in that game that they lost, they scored basically right away on the power play with him scoring the goal. And then he got the first one in this game. So it's clearly working out.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, Patrick Kane is still on fire. So that's mostly why things are working out. Speaking of PK 88, the second goal of the game, Patrick Kane, 10 minutes and 3 seconds into the first period.
Was that the Spinorama?
No. That one was on Friday.
Oh,
this one
right.
was yesterday's.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
My bad.
That one was assisted by Pius Suter and Matthias Janmark.
Mm-hmm.
So the Blackhawks went into the first intermission leading 2-0.
That's scary.
It is scary. And they, by all accounts, were completely dominant in that first period, which I kind of wish I could have seen that one just for that reason alone.
Mm-hmm.
But the IceHogs game started exactly at the same time, and I felt like I should probably watch them instead.
Mm-hmm.
So in the first period of that game for the Hawks, they outshot Columbus 17-5.
Whoa!
That is how much they outplayed them.
God damn! That's quite a differential.
Yeah. But after that first intermission, the Blue Jackets decided to show up to the game.
They were just a little late.
Just a little bit. Cam Atkinson. No, he scored in the first. Sorry. He scored 11 minutes and 34 seconds into the first. So they went into the intermission 2-1.
Yes.
I read that incorrectly. So then, 48 seconds into the second period, here comes Patrick Laine scoring a goal.
It's always him. It's always fucking him.
I know. With, not Manitoba, their NHL team. Winnipeg, that's the one. Sure, let me think of their AHL team.
I mean,
the Winnipeg Jets, with them not being in our division this year, I am very annoyed that they made that trade with Columbus to send Patrick Laine there. Because now we have to deal with him.
I don't want
and he
it.
likes to score on the Blackhawks,
He
apparently.
does, very much.
And he did 48 seconds into this one to tie the game 2-2. But 8 minutes and 12 seconds into the second period, Brandon Hagel finally got his first NHL goal.
Woo!
Oh, that had to be a huge relief for him.
Oh, for sure.
Because he has been doing everything but scoring.
Mm-hmm. Yes. He's been involved a lot.
Yeah, all over the ice.
All over. He's fast as fuck.
He really is.
He skates. He's pretty good with his stick.
Yeah, wins board battles. Imagine that.
What?
I know. And he basically had a wide open net to shoot at.
Mm-hmm.
I was too busy focused on him scoring to look at wherever Korpisalo was, and I don't really know where he was on that goal.
Just out of the way.
Yeah. But that one was assisted by Patrick Kane and Carl Soderberg.
Because of course.
Because who else? And then that made it 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
9 minutes and 24 seconds into the second period. Here comes Patrick Laine once again.
Fucking Patrick.
To tie the game 3-3. And then 15 minutes and 5 seconds into the second period, Dominic Kubalik from Duncan Keith and Carl Soderberg from the point.
From the point.
Just rips a shot past the goalie.
Get it and rip it.
Yes, exactly. And that made it 4-3, and that's how the second period ended. And then, to start the third, 3 minutes and 37 seconds into the period, Adam Boquist on the power play.
On the power play.
From Patrick Kane and
Who else?
Dominic Kubalik. And that was a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You know, okay, so I didn't start watching until it was 5-5.
Okay.
Because I was too busy with
Watching
the IceHogs.
yeah.
Yes. So I didn't actually see any of these goals, but I heard.
Yes.
I heard it was amazing.
Oh my goodness. So he was on the left side, basically where Alex DeBrincat gets all of his power play goals from.
Right.
Boquist got the puck and just ripped it into the net.
Oh, I love that.
So quick, and it hit the back camera and bounced out that they had to review it and make sure it was a goal because it all happened so quickly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Boquist knew it was in.
Yeah.
The refs didn't quite know
No.
if it hit the crossbar or not. So they had to review it. I looked up when I saw it, and they seemed to be celebrating, and they were saying Boquist had scored, but then I looked at the score, and it was still tied. I was like, I'm pretty sure that... Or no, it wasn't tied. It was still 4-3. I was like, I'm pretty sure that was the score to end the second period. What do you mean he scored? And then I saw the goal thing light up, and then I saw they were reviewing it. I'm like, all right, then. And then I saw the replay. And oh my God, that shot. Whew. But then exactly 10 minutes into the third period, Oliver Bjorkstrand had to score a goal to make it 5-4. And then exactly 16 minutes into the third period. He doesn't like extra seconds on his goals, apparently. Just even minutes. Oliver Bjorkstrand scored again to tie the game 5-5. That was 2 Blue Jackets who had 2 goals in that game.
Yeah.
So that's some serious 4 minutes of hat trick watch.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. No, I was just finishing up with the IceHogs, and then I saw the score was 5-5, and this game was drunk, and I was like, all right, well, here we go. So I switched it over.
Yep. But thankfully, there was no hat trick to be had, and they went to overtime. Tied 5-5, which is funny because the last time that the IceHogs and the Blackhawks played on the same night at the exact same time was that Iowa game for Rockford. That's how I remember it, because it was the overtime game. And the Hawks were playing at the same time, and Patrick Laine scored on them at the same time that the IceHogs got scored on. I was like, what is happening? So I remembered it was Columbus, so I had to go back and look, and I saw that the Blackhawks beat them in overtime. So I was like, all right, well, let's see if they can go 2 for 2 on that. In overtime, the shots were 5-1 in favor of Columbus.
Oof.
Yep. Not great. Columbus definitely had the puck for
most
of the overtime.
I was like, are they ever going to get possession?
No. They had a couple chances, a couple turnovers. Kevin made some massive saves, especially right at the end of
I love
overtime.
him.
It seemed like he made about 10 in a row, which obviously isn't the case because the shots were 5-1. But
I still have this proud mom feeling. And like,
yes.
I know he's been in the NHL, and like, of course, he's doing wonderful, but like, That's my baby.
Exactly.
That's my baby
I feel
goalie.
the same way. That was crazy. And Kane was playing defense in overtime.
The fuck?
Yeah, he was.
I know he was. I saw it, but
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
I thought I was hallucinating. Like, my brain was too happy from the IceHogs winning
Right.
that it was just imagining Patrick Kane playing defense. Like, wouldn't that be fun if this was a thing that ever happened? Because it usually doesn't, because that's just not how Patrick Kane plays hockey, and it's worked for him.
It was this time.
And it was very weird to watch.
It was.
I was like, okay, I like this, but I don't know what I'm watching.
Right.
He was stealing the puck from guys and then back checking.
Yeah.
Very odd.
Quite.
Yeah. So nobody scored in overtime, clearly. And it goes to the shootout. And my stomach about dropped out of my body.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Oh, God. So Cam Atkinson shot first, missed the net. I was like, okay, well, that's good, I guess, not starting out behind. Alex DeBrincat scored. A pretty little move to get the puck behind.
Very loud. My mom was on the phone, and the person she was talking to was like, "Is she okay?"
Oh, no.
I was like, "No,
You don't understand. They never score in these this season.
never do it."
Patrick Laine shot next. And Kevin Lankinen made the save on Laine, which was just beautiful.
Yes.
Something about the fins. And then Patrick Kane had his attempt, finally switched it up, came in with speed. It was a nice chance, but Korpisalo did his thing and made the save, as he does. And then Jack Roslovic was up last for the Columbus Blue Jackets and didn't get a shot.
No. I was just like, okay.
I saw that he didn't shoot it. And I thought, oh, maybe Kevin poke checked it. Like, that would make sense because the puck just escaped. No. He just, I don't know what he did.
He didn't shoot it.
He just stick-handled himself into not shooting. I'm pretty sure Kevin just intimidated him on the way down.
Just like,
you will not score on me. And it scared him so much that he just lost the puck.
okay.
Because that's all that...
I like that storyline.
Yeah. Especially with two of the Blue Jackets players not getting a shot on net, with Cam Atkinson shooting it wide. And I don't know, the Finnish connection or something. Patrick Laine can shoot. He's like, I am not intimidated by your Finnish tactics. But with no shot on net, being the last shooter for Columbus, and Alex DeBrincat scoring for the Blackhawks
They
won in the shootout, technically overtime, on the same night that they played as the IceHogs at the same exact time. Once again.
Yeah. They did it.
They
They
did.
both won.
They both won.
Both of our teams won.
I was so incredibly happy after all that.
Did you film a video for it?
Nope, I'm filming them tonight.
Damn it, I wanted your raw energy.
I was like, I'm too happy. I'm just going to live in this
I just want you to like scream throughout a video. They fucking won!
Finally!
They won a game!
It's been a struggle.
Yes.
And while I really hate when the IceHogs and Blackhawks play at the exact same time, it's a lot less horrible when they both win.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. I wish I would have been able to watch all of the Hawks game, but I do not regret watching all of the Hogs game.
Yes, absolutely. Especially that third period.
Oh, for sure.
I'm still surprised that they came in that clutch and won it in regulation.
They did.
I could understand tying it and getting it to overtime.
Yeah.
And then God knows what happens then, but just winning it with 93 seconds left in the game.
That whole, like, last minute and a half, I was holding my breath. Like, fuck, they're not going to do this. They're gonna score on us.
I was so ready for the disappointment. And then the eventual overtime loss, just because they hadn't won yet.
Yeah.
And that's just the theme of the season, is losing.
Losing every game.
I could just feel it. But they didn't.
They didn't. They won in regulation.
In regulation.
They didn't give a point away.
So huge for them.
Yeah.
I'm so interested to see what they look like on Saturday after that.
I'm scared, but
I am
also
terrified.
very excited.
Yes.
I hope to the bottom of my heart that they put Kale in that on Saturday.
Oh, God, it's another back-to-back.
It is. So who do you think is going to start for the first one? I feel like it might be Tommy. I don't want it, but...
If I was making the decisions, it would be Kale.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not the one making the decisions.
You are not, even though you should be.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Coach Courtney.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Maybe he gives the second game to Morris again. I don't think it's advisable. I'd say ride the hot hand.
Yeah.
We've seen him play goalies back-to-back.
Yes.
In back-to-back games. We
Yes.
saw it plenty of times last season, even though they had 3 goaltenders. So? Maybe.
Yeah.
If you ride the hot hand.
We'll see.
That would be the smart thing to do.
Yes.
Whether it happens or not remains to be seen. But I will say that the IceHogs played 7 defensemen and 11 forwards on Monday.
They did.
And we all know how that goes and how much I hate it, and they lost terribly 7-3. They fixed it on Tuesday, went back to 6 defenders and 12 forwards, and they won. And Chad Chris is apparently out with an injury.
Sure. It's okay. He wasn't doing good anyway.
Mm-mm.
I mean, like, I hope he's okay, but...
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It seemed like he got injured in that Monday night game because I think he missed like half of it or something. But I didn't see it happen.
Yeah, I don't know what the injury is.
So I don't know. We shall see. The Blackhawks play next tomorrow night, so Thursday night against Columbus again.
Ugh.
And the IceHogs play Saturday and Sunday.
All right.
Against Cleveland. Again. So hopefully we have more happy things to talk about
Please,
next time.
I would love to. I like talking happy things.
It's
I
a
like
lot better.
celebrating.
Yes.
Celebrating is fun.
Celebrating is so much fun.
It's much better than your heart being ripped out of your chest night after night.
And stomped on.
Yeah.
And set on fire.
And
then
poured
reconstructed,
salt on.
like Morrison's MCL, and then put back inside of your chest just so they could rip it out and stomp on it and set it on fire.
Just
all
the
over
next time.
Endless cycle.
Endless cycle.
Yep.
But Kale Morris came in and interrupted it.
He did. He is our savior.
Our Lord and Savior Kale Morris.
Just like everybody expected.
Hey, I'm here for it, though.
Oh my gosh. On that note, do you have any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts? No, I hope that Tommy does not start on Saturday.
Me as well. And I hope that if he plays on Sunday, he plays a lot better.
That'd be great. I would love for him to do something good.
I would love that for him.
I would love that for him and for us and for the rest of the players. Just
I want
all around.
him to be good.
Please.
I so badly want him to be good.
Yes.
I just have my doubts.
Well, they're not unwarranted.
Not so far. But they could turn it around.
They could.
Seen crazier
Always
things.
can.
It's goaltenders.
Mm-hmm.
They do crazy
Weird
things.
shit. Goalies are a different breed.
They really
I've said
are.
it before multiple times, but like, you're not a normal human.
No.
If you intentionally want to be the person that they shoot the pucks at.
Right. Like, sometimes you have all of the hype behind you and you're supposed to be amazing, like Carey Price. And then you get paid $10.5 million and you don't win a goddamn thing in the NHL. And sometimes you are Kevin Lankinen and come in as the third string goaltender and take over the starting position. Goalies don't make sense.
No, but Kevin's been amazing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I love seeing him win. I love happy goalies.
Yeah.
I love...
Like, we knew he was a good goaltender.
Yeah.
Didn't expect this.
No.
Did not expect this.
No.
Especially this soon.
Yeah. And I'm sad about Delia because I think he's gone.
He'll get another chance. At
Not
some
with
point.
us, you think?
At some point this year, he will play a game.
Okay.
I don't know when.
It just sucks because we don't get to watch him in Rockford and we don't
Yeah.
get to watch him in Chicago. So he's just like riding the bench.
If the waiver wire wasn't so fucking weird this year,
Yeah, we could send him back down.
maybe they could send him down to Rockford.
No, he'll get claimed and then we'll never see him again.
Yeah. Speaking of never seeing guys again, where the fuck is Brandon Peary?
I forgot we had him.
He played one game with
Yeah.
the Blackhawks, put on waivers, went unclaimed, sent to the taxi squad.
I don't know.
Where the fuck is Brandon Peary?
I forgot about him.
Why don't they just send him to Rockford? They look like they have no intention of using him this year.
Explain the taxi squad to me.
The taxi squad is basically an extra growth on the
Ew.
NHL team. Like they just grew an extra
like a
bubble.
little Siamese twin.
Yeah. And they put a bunch of players in there to fill it up.
Okay.
So normally you could only have a certain number of guys on your roster.
Mm-hmm.
Due to COVID, they expanded that just a little bit, but they can't be on the active roster because NHL and, whatever. But if a guy gets called up from the AHL, they have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Right.
So to avoid teams playing shorthanded every game, they have the taxi squad. So these guys are technically with the NHL team, but they've already cleared waivers if they have to, so they can be sent down.
Okay.
Or the team can just choose to keep them around.
So do they count as scratches for the game, or
No,
since
they just
they're
count as
they're
taxi
just
squad
there.
guys. They're just the extra growth.
just, they're not doing anything, huh?
No, they're practicing.
Okay.
Usually they practice by themselves, I think, or maybe sometimes with the team.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's only because of COVID?
Yeah.
Like, this is not a normal thing?
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I started hearing taxi squad, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So, I don't know. That they stole Wyatt Kalnick from us to put on the taxi squad. They stole Madison Bowie from us to put on the taxi squad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they don't send Brandon Peary down to Rockford.
Where is he?
Just floating around in the ether.
Where is he?
Did you watch my last IceHogs video?
I think so.
Because I had the best pun in the world when I said he disappeared.
Jesus Christ. He disappeared.
He disappeared.
Oh my God.
I was proud of that one.
I need that on a shirt.
I was real proud of that one.
He disappeared. I'm dead.
I just came up with it off the top of my head, too. I was talking about Peary, and I was like, disappeared.
Disappeared.
Which is so much better than just planning it out. Like, I have to say this in the video.
Yeah,
Just as I was talking
natural.
about him,
Just
I said he disappeared, and I was like, oh. This is genius.
look at what I thought up.
Exactly. On that note, on the disappeared,
We're about to disappear.
we're about to disappear. So go follow us on all the social media things.
Yep. Email us.
Yeah. If you have any thoughts, definitely tell us how you would decorate your seat.
Yes, we want to hear it. We want to see it.
Yes. If you
What
do
would you
not
do?
see this podcast on social media and you just see it show up and you listen to it, just email your ideas to us, vfcenterize@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I must know how people would decorate their seats if they were allowed to do so.
Yes. I want to do it very badly.
I know.
But-
Me too.
Alas.
Just have to keep poking the ice hog.
And keep tagging Hammy
Hey.
Hog.
Hey, Hammy.
Hammy.
Hammy, you seem like you like chaos. Let us do this. It would just be so much fun.
It would. It's like beyond fun. It's like it would give character to all these empty seats.
Exactly. It's not like they're using the BMO for something else.
New.
So it's not like there's concerts or something
Right.
coming in where
It'd
people
be
would
different.
be there.
Yeah. But no.
No.
It's just empty.
It's just empty being used for Ice
Just
Hogs games. So
empty.
let us go all out, hog wild, and decorate our seats.
Yes.
We can dream.
But if they don't let us do that, can you at least move me and Courtney together, please?
Right?
Please?
Come on now.
We're a package deal.
Yeah. Anywho, hope you enjoyed this episode, this very long episode.
Very
now that
long.
I'm looking at
Wowzers.
the time. Wow. Okay.
You're going to have fun with this one, huh?
That's going to take a long old time to re-listen to and edit, but that's fine.
It's fine.
In the meantime, we shall disappear into the ether ourselves.
Here we go.
And we will catch you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.